Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens, Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, and this is fucking Talking Shit with Eagle, episode 383.5. Hopefully, you guys have used the bathroom, got something to drink, filled your trays, all that good shit. And now, settling in for another wormhole. Gotta get my chat going. Not that. I seen it first. Top chat going. I don't want to do top chat. I want live chat. Live chat. Ill Jester, Cannabis Flower, Mason 662. How you doing? Yeah. There he is.
Here we go,
How
back
you doing,
again.
bud? Round 2. Here's all those 25. Man, I threw down, grab something to eat, and I tried to grab me some damn gloves in case I got to trimming. Couldn't
Here we
find
go.
where I don't know where in the heck I fucking put them gloves. I had to run out to the car, grab some that I had said I had in the truck for other bullshit for laying tile, actually grouting, which I didn't use. And just a pair of gloves anyway. So I guess I'm out. Something new to do on the to-do list tomorrow. Grab some gloves.
That's not a bad idea. I think I can, while we chat, back to trim jail and be productive. Oh, Jesus.
Right at. Man, I should have listened to Johnny Cannacy when he hit me up, man. I'm not sure where he gets those deals from, but he hit me up on he's like, man, here's a deal on it was I don't know if it was more like a pallet of gloves. I don't think it was like a case. It could have been the case. I don't know. But either way, it was a lot of fucking gloves. It was I should have jumped. I should have took great jumped on that. Yeah, I'll just put them on.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I suppose you only learn the hard way when you first start growing, especially indoor, is that if you don't keep your shit clean, you're going to make a lot of effort for yourself.
It's for sure. For sure. Another thing I found early on too is especially if you know you're gonna use it, you're got a pretty good idea of what your nutrients are and the shelf life of what you're using. Man, if you can skip over buying them quarts and shit and step up and just start snagging gallons, you'll start saving money immediately. Immediately.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. One of the things that I wanted to ask you that I forgot about was do you mostly pop beans or are you more cloned? Have you found your mother plants and then just keep shit alive? So the real question that I want to get at is how much difference you guys get over there with different phenotypes from beans, even from the more reputable guys that I've been exposed to, like Nirvana or Humboldt or guys like that.
Well, I do pop a lot of beans. My clones are only my clones. I rarely, in the last 15 years, I think it's been since I've taken in a clone up until the one I received from Jack. Then the second that Hardy Gear sent. I didn't even know the other one was coming. That was, he's just like, incoming, gift basket is what he said. I opened it up and it was a nice little present there. but them are the only two clones I've taken in a very, very, very long time. So yeah, I pop in seeds because I do like the little bit of selection, but I've stated for a long time that selection, you should know that selection capability. When you pull, before you even pull your money out of your wallet, you should be able to go, okay, these are F1s. What are, where you're at, where they're at in the breeding project, what you may find, be honest with me. Am I going to find 10 Vinos? Am I going to find two? Moreover, I would like to see, more of it worked down to where, you pop some seeds or be lucky to get one or two, but they come up all pretty much the same uniform structure. That's a well-bred line. That's what I'd like to see. But unfortunately, you don't see a lot of that. You see more what you're saying, pheno selection. But is it pheno selection or is it bad breeding or is it early breeding? Those are all questions to throw on top of that, I think. Well, cheers, Cheddar Bob 13. Welcome to the wormhole.
How's it going, Eagle? Nice to see you. Hey, Wookie.
Hey, Bob. Pleased to meet you. Thanks for all the input you've given.
That was a fun show. Fun listening to you.
Happy to entertain a little bit, to give something back.
Yeah, man. Lots of good stories. I like that kind of stuff. No. How's everything else going? I haven't seen anyone for a while.
The island lose power?
No, I lost power. I went on like a week of like falling asleep at like 9 o'clock. So I kind of blew my load there, staying up until like 3 or 4 for a couple weeks straight. So I needed to recoup.
So I can't help but notice the Spider-Man attire there. Barry.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? I'm not Spider-Man. My name's not Spider-Man. I knew it was there. I knew it was there.
So I tried to stay up the last couple nights to catch the wormhole, but and I had your shirt, and I had it on, and I was like, I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna show him I got it on, and I fell asleep, and it went into the washing machine today. So next time.
So with your what was it? What is it? What is it? What was it with the wheat? It's not wheat thins. It was the cereal. You know what I mean? The adult in me likes the wheat side, and the kid in me likes the frosted side. You know
yeah. The shredded mini wheats.
Yeah. There we go. I think you have some of that in you, Cheddar Bob. I think you still have a lot of kid in you there. And I think it would be funny. I think it would be funny because of the many seemingly superhero outfits you got. I think it would be cool if you found you an old like fucking race car bed and turned that into like a fucking living organics bed and put that fucker in a tent.
Yes, totally.
Just leave. Wouldn't it be?
It would be awesome. I would totally do it.
That would be fun as shit, man. Couple of them, man. The old race car bed, but instead of a mattress in there, just have it be like an organic fucking.
Totally. And have two of them so they look like a garage and like a like an 8x8 or something. Have two of them just side by side. Have the lines coming down so it looks like oil lines or something. You could really set up like a cool garage style looking grow.
You're right. Well, it's funny because a lot of grows are in garages, so it'd be funny just to even just leave them like they're just parked there, just fucking.
Yeah, you could have like the the Japanese parking garages where they like vertically stack them, you know, so you could like vertically, you know, have like 4 cars in there and an 8x8 or something like that.
Let's think it.
Oh,
Let's think it.
jeez. Talk about a wormhole.
I think it could be done. I think it could be done.
So it's funny you say that. I apparently have a lot of kid in me because around here everyone calls me Peter Pan. You know, like the boy who'll never grow up. Because I don't know. So apparently sometimes I act childish is what some people call it, but I don't see it.
I see it being still a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
You know,
I have
that's the
fun.
way I see it.
Nothing
That's all
wrong with
that
being
matters.
young at heart.
That's all that matters.
That's true. I may look old, but my heart is young.
That's what's going to keep you along the longest. So keep
And
that
being
heart
short.
young, my friend. And being short.
Yeah, short people live longer.
Okay.
You know,
I
for
thought you
me
said
being
short. I'm
no,
like,
short.
Okay.
Short. Like a spark plug.
Never heard that one. I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm gonna take your
There you
word
go.
for it.
Hey, Johnny.
I like the idea. I think you should run with it, Cheddar.
I don't do too much running nowadays, but
No, I'm talking about the cars, and you know, I think you should go with that. Run with it. I think that would be awesome.
once we're looking at trying to buy a house. So once I have like a property that's my own and I can play around with space and do that, like I've got some stuff planned out, and that may have just made the top 3 to 5 on the list.
I'm telling you what, Eagle. I think that was a rockin' idea. I'm telling you, because
That might be Shark Tank worthy.
You yes.
Or
I
you know
believe so.
they have that cannabis Shark Tank version. Have you seen that?
No, I have not.
So I think it's on like Amazon or something like that. They did like a season or maybe 2 seasons. I think it's called like the 420 Network or something like that. But they do a cannabis Shark Tank with these like, you know, cannabis entrepreneurs that made it big that are now basically running the industry. And yeah, it was kind of neat for new.
Are they pimping people's grow rooms?
No, they're not. No, they're like stealing people's ideas and giving them a little bit of money for it.
Oh, okay.
You know, capitalism.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Capitalism.
Yeah. It's funny. I was actually folding my my shirts today, and I was counting them up. I was like, holy shit, I think I have 23 or 24 of them.
That's a lot of superheroes.
Yes.
That's a lot of shoes to fill. That's what I'm saying.
That's a lot of underwear to put on.
Especially the ones that wear it on the outside, like Batman.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Yeah. Totally on the outside, man. He is.
Yeah. Leotards and underwear. I might actually do that. You know, if
I've
Eagle
got
had
2 funny thoughts on that shit. One, your dresser better say across the top of it, Hall of Justice. 2, even though
that's what my
2, even though you probably have a washer and dryer as part of like the uniforms, you know what I mean? I would go once a month to the laundromat as superhero bitch. Be like, man, and fold up like Superman's outfit. And be like, these motherfuckers can't do shit for themselves.
press steamed, ironed, and folded, starched.
Oh, Eagle, this is good, man. I like this. You sure you didn't have any mushrooms?
No, I wish I could take credit for that. No,
I was gonna say if if you had partaken, I would have switched shirts and maybe even done the leotard stuff.
Yeah.
Dig out some of the OnlyFans content.
Yeah. Be a male version of that the Sliver episode.
Did anybody check out the moon tonight? Yeah,
Tonight's not a full moon, is it?
it's the super moon tonight.
It looks like there's a sliver of it gone.
Already?
Doesn't look full. Yeah, I think last night was the super moon.
Well, tonight's Tuesday, right?
Is it?
Yeah,
Technically, it was.
yeah.
Wednesday,
night-
where Wookie is. No, today's Wednesday.
Well, no, not for another. Well, it is for you guys out there. I'm behind you guys. I'm a few hours behind. Everybody's got a different time zone here, you know.
They do.
Man.
Yeah, I'm sitting at
Well,
I'm sitting at 11 after 11:11 right now. Well, that's funny.
Oh, nice one.
It's 11:11 right now.
So I'm at 2:11 because it started
Right.
at 2 here.
Right. What's you sitting at there, Wookie?
12 minutes past 8 in the morning.
There you go.
Hey, Wookie, I had written a question. Well, not really a question, but I've met a whole bunch of people from South Africa, Cape Town, stuff like that. And they all work on yachts. Is that a very popular sort of like get out of country job?
I think a lot of the early 2000s, it was basically an exodus to London and to Europe. They were very fond of us moving over there, working over there for a few years. The next craze that took off, I think, was either cruise ships, and I think then maybe from that, the yachts and that type of stuff. But yeah, a lot of people going to work on cruise ships for extended periods of time to make some cash.
Yeah, it just seems like I have a few buddies who are captains of like private yachts and stuff, and they have crews of like all South African folks.
Oh, fantastic!
And I'm like, holy shit, that's crazy. So I didn't know if there was like some like Exodus program, like, hey, like see the ocean, you know, or something like that. But
yeah, that's quite odd.
Yeah,
I mean, I wonder if and he's based in America.
Yep. Yeah, Florida.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Maybe with the exchange rate, we just work for less.
And there we go with capitalism. There you go.
Because
Maybe
I tell
there's some
you,
kind of a mistake in the change and paying of the different monies, you know.
I mean, it's fun earning dollars, but I tell you, if you like me want to import yourself a HLG 650 Diablo or something like that, never mind the conversion rate, but then the import tax, oh, it fucks you hard.
It puts a little dent in the wallet, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But then
Wow.
again, the return on investment for the next few years will be, oh man.
Yep. And that's the way you have to look at it when you're purchasing things for that amount of money. You have to look at it as an investment. Like,
Oh yeah.
if you look at it as strictly a expenditure, then you're already putting that negative energy into that atmosphere, you know.
If I can, and I know it will be difficult to quantify as such, but I come from the audio and video environment. I used to have a company that did sales and installations for home theaters and audio for restaurants and that type of stuff. And what I found that there's a certain spot where there's a diminishing of returns, where when you start spending more for amplifier or a set of speakers, there's the cheap ones and they sound shit. And then you get the medium ones that sound pretty good. And the amp that goes along with it performs very well. And then you start getting into more of the audiophile stuff, where the price jumps incrementally and exponentially, where you, for double the amount of money, you get maybe a 10% increase in audio quality. So to bring that analogy around, let's say you've got brand X of LED. How much of a difference does that, sorry to put a brand on it, but let's say if you're upgrading from Mars Hydro, some of the newer stuff with not the incredibly shitty LEDs, but then upgrading to a HLG, is that investment worth is it 10% increase in quality of your bud, or is it really, it's a chalk and cheese, in your opinion?
Geez, personally, I think it's subjective in how it makes you feel. As far as the mechanics of the actual lights, I don't know. That's my best answer. Because
I would love to be the fanboy and have my HLG light hanging and the slaps against the inside of the tent. But if I can save quite a bit of money and have maybe 10% or 5% less of a great plant, then shit, I can always try and tweak that with better growing practices.
Yeah, you can make a half decent light. The lighting is only a third of the equation when growing, right? So you can tweak your other elements to compensate for that light differential. Light's not the ultimate end all for growing, and it's what you're trying to go for too. If you're going for a yield, then you're going to want that little bit more penetration and that higher wattage, and maybe better diodes and less heat dissipation to control your environment better with, because some of those lights don't use as much copper and stuff, so they don't dissipate heat the same. So, there are variants in those prices that can add up to a lot in the end.
Most definitely, I agree. I just popped into my head thinking about, I don't unnecessarily want to buy or to pay just for the name, shall we say. Like if you're buying a pair of sneakers or whatever, yeah, there's some of those sneakers that are ridiculously priced, and yeah, they don't walk that much better. It's just for the look.
Right.
Well, that's the question I was wondering when you brought up the import charge of the better light. I was like, man, there's got to be an African company building an LED that has to be comparable without, the shipping costs, the extra.
And if there isn't,
to me, that would be a deal killer. I mean, if I had in your comparison here, if Mars Hydro, if I could grab those lights without all the extra, I would get the extra. You know what I mean? I've talked about that when I ran these back here, because I ran a side by side with the Blue Loom Plus and the fucking Mars Hydro, and for the cost, I mean HLG, discounted, you're looking at what, $800, $900 to $1,000. That's 4 of them lights back there. That's 4 of those lights. Even, especially if the availability and without the import charge and that, that's rocking one every 2 feet back there on a 4x8 tent, and I think that would be overkill.
It is.
I think you'd be better off with 3 in that space.
And that's another thing, Eagle, you just touched on, is like those 600, 700, 1,000 watt LEDs that they're putting out now. There's legitimately no reason why anyone should have one of those in a tent. To run them at 100% is way too strong for your plants. And you can't get your environment in a tent dialed in as perfect as it needs to be with all the supplemental stuff like CO2 to run it at those high ppfd numbers, you know. So when you look at it that way, like for a tent buyer, yeah, those medium price lights that are up to 400 watts or so are like perfect for tent growers. But if you're in a more open space, you're going to want that, you know, with higher heights, you're going to want that 600, 700,000 watts. So it's, you know, it's one of these that, just like growing cannabis is, it's different for every single person.
Location.
Are you growing in a tent?
What's that?
Are you growing in a tent, Wally?
Oh, currently, yes, I do. Not currently. I'm using my tent as a drying and curing room, just to get a little bit more consistency. So I've got my
Yeah, you can control that environment a little easier. Yes, I understand that. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
So,
and again, too, Cheddar Bob, this is another what I wanted to throw on what I was saying for that cost factor too. You know, I could take that HLG, what they say that's a 5x5. You're going to get under that with a lesser amount of money. I'm spreading my canopy out to a 4x8. You know what I mean? I'm actually created a bigger canopy for cheaper. You know what I mean? In that tent. I think it's another factor to figure out too.
Yeah, and like Smiley was talking about, you're talking about your what is it? DLI? Is it DLI?
Yes, daily
right?
light integral.
Yeah, so you're also taking that into account, and I mean, there's so many things when it comes to lighting. Like, it's a really hard topic just to start to try and get your head wrapped around, and then you come into prices and stuff like this right here. That's a Spider 2X from Fluence Bioengineering. It pulls 345 watts from the wall. It consistently puts out 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds a harvest, no matter the cultivar, in a 4x4 tent. So it costs $810. Now, the one behind me, the lit lighting strip, is a 520 watt fixture. Probably not the same diodes, but that cost me $600, and I got like 2.5 pounds out of that. So it's like, you know, higher wattage, less money, less, like a little less perhaps quality building, maybe. I don't know, because I don't build them. But you know, I have an expensive light and I have a slightly less expensive light. And the slightly less expensive light, even though it's more wattage, you know, kind of killed the Fluence. So I'm looking at these more moderately priced lights, and especially some of these custom light builders that are doing it themselves are doing really, really good jobs.
yeah, I've got a Bloom Plus 4000 in mine. I've only got it at 3/4.
Yeah.
And it's blasted, you know. I could turn it up a little bit, but it's just going to create more heat, you know.
Right. Yeah, I run my Fluence full blast. You know, I adjust my PFD by height, and you know, but I have to dim down my lit lighting strip. It's just too strong. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I suppose by turning it down, you might extend the lifespan of the LEDs ever so slightly. But
Yeah.
Is that something really I think it's negligible, I suppose.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah, I would consider it negligible.
It's not worth the extra cost.
So do you think you get the same penetration? I'm sorry, go ahead, Wokie.
Oh, well, actually, to continue on what you just said, Eagle, drawing back on the audio side of things, I always like to have multiple points of sound, and to bring this over to the growing side, instead of having one light for penetration, why not have then, instead of one expensive light, have then multiples of the more cheaper light, or like the bars. That, I think that for penetration, those bars must be amazing.
That's what I was getting ready to ask Cheddar Bob. Was I mean, are you noticing the same penetration with your light just blasting and picked up as you think you would notice with the light turned down and then fucking sitting on the canopy?
Well, that's kind of hard for me to say because I run a scrog. So, you know, I clean everything out from beneath. So the penetration, you know, I don't see it drop off like I would if I was growing straight vertical plants. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Okay. But
Yeah,
what I did notice is that, you know, sometimes when you scrog, you have those little things on the bottom, you know, the little nobules that grow out, and they'll grow like a calyx and stuff. So under the spider 2X, like they were noticeably crystally and, you know, larvae. But under the lighting strip, I mean, like down almost at the soil line, like I had a hard golf ball size dense nugget. So, you know, I don't know if that's the difference in the wattage, which I'm sure it is at some point, or the different spectrums, or how the lights are, you know, I don't know, but it's something I did notice.
That sounds like penetration. If it's getting down that far, that's penetration.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's definitely penetration, but I'm not sure. I mean, what is the main cause of the deeper penetration? If it's the wattage or the diodes, or, you know.
So is that on this? Do you have both strip lights or bar lights?
I do.
What?
I do have both strip lights. Yep.
All right. I was gonna say was there a difference between the different lights or not, but no. Well.
Anybody else get connection issues in their YouTube chat just now?
Well,
I've got on my end. I've never seen it before. In like weird symbols, it says "disconnected chat. Please wait while we try to reconnect you again." It's successfully reconnected right underneath it, just like a minute later. But my connection's obviously never, you know what I mean?
Never had a glitch.
Never failed.
No.
Peculiar.
Glitch on my end.
Full moon.
Well, yeah, they must be listening in. They had a mistake when they hit a button or something.
The Truman Show.
You can't go down that street. Everybody go to that street.
Yeah. Quick, killer bees.
I thought that show was awesome.
Yeah, it was a really well done show.
Yeah, it's good. Wasn't quite like Spider-Man though.
Nothing's like Spider-Man.
You got a Hulk outfit too?
Cheddar Bob.
I don't have a Hulk one. The only Hulk shirt they have, it looks like a 6-year-old would wear it. It's not like sophisticated like the ones I wear.
Gotcha.
No, it's just it's not cool. I don't like the way it looks, so I haven't ordered that one. I did just order a Punisher one.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Yeah, add that to the collection.
You got a group one?
A what? A Groupon?
A Groot.
A Groot? No, they don't.
You know, he's a superhero. You know,
he's a super plant.
Yeah, he grows on you. That's true.
And I think I secretly think Tao is the voice for Groot.
Yeah.
That's a good possibility.
Dude, I have never been so convinced that I am listening to Vin Diesel as I am when I hear Tao's voice.
Right?
Like, every time I shake my head, I'm like, there's no way that can't be Vin Diesel. And what is Vin Diesel doing hanging out with all of us on this cannabis show all the time? It's awesome.
And you never see a photo of Vin Diesel and Tao in the same room. So fuck that.
Yeah,
You
and
know-
what was it? The Halloween episode?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
was that
well,
his?
yeah, but I
That wasn't
still
him.
think that's part of the ruse. Yeah, who's
Yeah, that
to
wasn't
say
him.
because it was Halloween that he wasn't just sitting off to the side. That was somebody, and it was all like a trick or treat ruse.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's Tao's Vin Diesel, and no one's gonna change my mind. Even if he came on here and was like, "Hey, yo, I'm Tao, huh?" I'd be like, "No, you're not. You're lying. Shut up. No way."
Oh, that's too good.
Where's Smiley been?
Radio stations would you have, with that voice being so close? I mean, seriously, how many radio stations would you have not called by now?
Oh,
I'm telling you.
With some DJ.
Totally spoof them out, you know?
he could have free Dominoes for his entire life. Hey, you messed up my order. Vin Diesel, I want it free. Yeah, I'm at my friend's house down in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I agree with that. That right there, everything would be phone order. I'm sending my assistant to pick it up.
Yeah.
You know, he's look,
That's too good.
it sounds just like.
He's writing this stuff down. Yeah, I'm getting that on. I'm gonna do that shit right now.
So there was a huge, well, I don't know about huge, but a pretty cool auction going on the Future Cannabis Project. I'm sure it's over now. But I scored a pack of Katsu Bubba crossed with Jarro from Mean Gene for like $100.
I've never heard of it. I apologize.
So have you heard of his root beer?
I haven't heard of him or the strain.
Oh. Okay, well then I have no relevance in this conversation then. Disregard.
No, it's not that. It's just,
disregard, Johnny. That's fine.
I'm just so new. I'm just so new at this. There's so many people that are like really fantastic growing, putting out, producing seeds, and I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I know exactly what you're saying. I took a few years off from growing, and when I came back, there were like 500 different amazing, awesome breeders that you had to have. And I was like, where did all of these people come from?
right? Yeah.
And I still don't know even an eighth of them.
Yeah. So I can't really feel that bad then.
No, shouldn't feel.
Mean Gene is a pretty big breeder. I've been trying to get him on for a minute. I still have hopes. I'm gonna get him on.
Oh, I saw you're gonna have Dark Horse on. That's pretty sweet.
Heck yeah, I can't look
Yeah.
forward to that.
I'm running his Bruce Banner #3, actually, as we speak.
Yeah, still, I'm working on a few good things. Couple crazy things. Couple good things. It's all good. Cheers. What are you dabbing on over there, Cheddar Bob?
This is the Royal Chem that I was that I was pressing.
Enough said. enough said there. When you do that, when you fucking, I've done that a few times where I take a big good hit. Yeah, you know it's good when you get that. Woo-hoo-hoo. Turn into like an old Jerry Lewis and shit. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah.
On such a happy note, then I'm gonna, on the topic of starting or getting your first dab rig, that I'm gonna be doing later in this year, never having dabbed before in my life. What shouldn't I do? There's lots of
Get a big rig. Don't oversize it. Stay more to the smaller size. I think, well, it's, if you're looking more for like filtration and trying to take as much out, I still even think that's smooth as shit, to be honest with you. And I think I get more of a punch out of the smaller rig. The bigger it gets, it seems to take less and or more and more out of it, where it's not as intense. And that's my experience.
Awesome. Thanks, Emil.
Personally, I prefer an e-nail over like a heated banger. That's just me. I like knowing what my temperature is at, not guessing. I have found when using the torches with the bangers, it's always too hot, you know, and then, you know, it's like an avocado. You know, it's not ripe. You don't want it. And then the next day you want it and it's rotten. So
Yeah.
It's one of those sort of things.
No, I might, with my limited OCD, I would, and especially when it comes to smoking, bit of a perfectionist. So when there's a temperature to be set, it must be on a dial,
There.
and then it must say it's so much, and it must fucking be that. No.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Eagle, what is that? It was a comma king. Is that what I got in that package?
Kona
muted.
King, I think it was pronounced Kona King. And that
Kona
was
King.
yeah, that was by Canna Genetics. So any questions about the lineage or what you can expect, you could either, well, that episode that he was on, it gave away a lot of those genetics. He went through and described a lot of those strains.
Cool.
But that's who you could, if you know, you wanted some very specific questions, that's who you could ask. He was nice enough to send over a bunch of the hat pins and stickers and some cool shit. And I actually, man, it's hard to Bob, when like Campfire and some people send some shit over. They're like, okay, I'm gonna send you some shit, you know, some for you, some for to give away. And of course, I don't
It's hard to pick what you want to keep and what you want to give away.
Yeah, man. There's like 10 different strains there, man. I played like the fucking rotate thing about 10 times, man. I'd be like looking over it because I laid everything out. Johnny seen them in like the pre-packaged, the t-shirts. I made them up before, you know, 420. They were already a done deal. So I laid them out and I was like, okay, this goes with that. Then I would like rearrange them. Okay, that one didn't have a hat pin, so maybe this one sounds a little bit more fire. You know what I mean? Genetics, trying to like eagle it out a little bit and then keep myself out of the mix. You know what I mean? Oh, shit, that one does look pretty good. Now I got to redo all of them again. So,
That's good.
No,
I love
No,
the
really,
way you
I-
had it all pre-packed, though, man. I thought that was a beautiful thing. It was good. Good, Cheddar.
I don't know.
Very good, then. I blew you out the water.
Yeah, that dab. I'm still kind of whoaing from that dab, you know. when I walked back over to the tent, I don't know if you noticed me with the camera, but I was kind of like, stumble stepped over here.
You were glitching.
I was. There's a glitch in the matrix for a second.
Yeah. So I'll be taking down my gone dog, the one I got outside, the one I threw outside. I ran it for it's going to be 10 weeks outside.
You can still where are you?
I'm in Vegas.
Oh, okay. So you can you can grow 10 months out of the area?
Well, no, it gets blistering hot at times. You wouldn't want to have a plant outside.
Yeah.
So I guess you would have like 2 seasons to grow. You would have spring and fall, basically, are the times that would be available for it, more or less.
Yeah, we have about, I don't know, 90 days. Maybe,
yeah, when it gets up to 100, 112, 120, it's just not feasible to have it outside, right? Yeah.
I would
go
die.
into heat exhaustion.
I would absolutely die. It gets 82 here and I don't go outside.
Oh, that's too hot for you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a total, where my ancestry is from, it was like cloudy all the time. We didn't have sun. So yeah.
Oh, I grew up in Oregon. I know what that's like.
Yeah, I would be absolutely toast.
Yeah, I've had to acclimatize to quite a few different climates throughout my time.
Yeah, that's one I wouldn't be able to take. I mean, I was out in Vegas for like 4 days and I almost died.
Yeah.
And I think it was like winter out there. It was only like 90.
Only the heat down in Vegas, is it a dry heat or a humid heat?
Oh, super dry. There is a portion of the year that is very, very humid, and that's the monsoon season.
Then it gets uncomfortable and muggy, I suppose.
Oh yes, and then it's very uncomfortable. Yes, it makes it kind of hard to breathe at times.
It's kind of weird being a lobsterman, an offshore lobsterman. We'll leave in the morning when it's dark and it'll be nice and cool, and we can feel the change when the sun comes up. Then we'll get far enough offshore so that there's a little breeze and it's not as hot. But come the end of the day, when we start heading back in, there's always this spot that you hit, and you can
like
just
a wall.
It is a friggin' wall. It feels like someone put a hot, like wet fire blanket on top of you, and it's just like instant. Just you're sweating, and it's like that. It's crazy.
That's what it's like out here when it just starts to rain. Before it starts raining, when the barometric pressure starts going crazy and stuff, man, I can feel it. I'll start sweating. I'll go, okay, it's gonna rain. It's almost like you can tell your body reacts to it instantly. Yeah, I totally understand what you're talking about.
Yeah,
but I'm not on a ship. That thing's moving through our area. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or a boat, or a boot.
A boot.
A boot.
A boot. It's a Canadian boat. A boot.
A boot.
A boot. Where's Smiley been? I haven't seen him lately.
He's probably playing at his garden or playing with the kids. Probably not that.
He was in
Both.
last night.
Both good excuses.
He was in last night. He was he's probably trying to tie things up for see you tomorrow, Mr. Pat, Dark Horse Tattoo, organized bathroom tomorrow. Anyways, he's in chat. Uh, he's probably getting ready for the organic takeover tomorrow, which was early. So he's probably trying
that
to
is.
shift, Rob, all the pay Mary type shit. You know what I mean? Rearrange a little
He's
time.
probably going to bed early tonight, getting rested up for that.
He's all nervous.
You know how grandpas are.
He's actually just like nervous puking for like 24 hours before it.
Mom spaghetti.
Man,
Yeah.
I don't know why, man. Last month's episode, man, with Dutch, man, did super well, man. A lot of people watched that takeover, man.
His nerves are all gone, Eagle. He's 24 hours, they're gone. Nothing left.
Killing it, man. He's killing it.
Just a quick question out of the blue.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Eagle. While I think about it, you guys have so many weed-related conventions or expos or just get-togethers. That's probably going to start happening here in South Africa, hopefully quite soon as well. If you guys do know, are there any legal things that you guys experience, like obviously with the amount of product that's going to be concentrated in one area? Are there certain legal hurdles that one must put in place if you would like to arrange an event like that? Is that something that you guys maybe could speak to?
You might want to talk to this guy, Seth, this guy, 7979. He might have some information on that. Yeah, because he's done a few events, right, Eagle?
He's got a couple under his belt. Bad Bunny Nutrients is working on the Caregivers Cup here in Michigan. I've never tried to put together an event like that. As far as going, I've had, it changes from event to event what you can bring in. Most try to keep you to your legal limit, which is kind of hard unless you're carrying all your cards on you, because that varies, quite a bit from person to person. I mean, here in Michigan right now, you can carry 2 on your person. So, like a good event, they're cool people and not just trying to shove product down your throat. We'll let you bring 2 in. You know what I mean? You smoke down with your friends, and they don't necessarily like to see it like broke down. You would give it to your friends. You know what I mean? They usually kind of frown on that. Pre-rolls, they don't say shit about usually. But it's usually, I've been to other events now, like even High Times, where I walked in and obviously fucking had, it was my legal limit, as a caregiver, I can walk around with 15 ounces. You know what I mean? So, walking in, but High Times didn't know that or question my cards or anything. But I have most definitely walked into a High Times event with a backpack and ready to fucking burn down. All they do is fucking smile and give me the fist bump. But what's funny about that as well is in that same night, that same day, I've been asked to go take my stickers back to the car. Oh, you can't have a stack of propaganda. Nah. Take that shit back to the car and come back with your backpack full of weed. Leave them stickers there though.
You didn't pay. You didn't pay for a spot to drop those stickers on.
Basically, yeah. But you bring your backpack full of weed back, and no questions asked. Yeah. I think it was more or less on that aspect. I don't think they just don't want to pick up the mess. I think that's, to be honest with you, they know nobody's going to be throwing buds all over the ground. But stickers and little shit people are handed. playing menus and shit.
Yeah,
I can see them
that's
not
just-
wanting to pay somebody to go around and clean up shit. I think that's somewhat to do with it.
I think you're being generous.
Could be.
It does make sense though, because that is just one more aspect of it. If you got people, everybody's there handing out a little brochure, where you're gonna have a lot of people throwing stuff in either in a trash can or on the floor. You know, so that does add for an extra thing. It does make sense.
Capitalism.
Join it. It's funny. You were talking about the market.
Oh,
there.
just
When you were talking about the market, the moon having the quarter, you thought it was already had a slice out of it there. I was already like, yep, business got a slice of that already too. Everything gets a slice. All right. I wanted to tell you about this girl behind me. I wanted to look up the stream before I talk about it. Should be, if I remember correctly, this is Face on Fire, our women. This is Barbecue Gorilla version 2 by Empire Breeding Co. behind me.
What was it? Barbecue Gorilla?
Version 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is a killer name.
Yes. I ran the first one too, and I didn't write down fucking strain, even though it's like 2 steps away from me in my box over there. But I'm pretty sure it's either Face on Fire OG times Gorilla Glue or the Rugburn. Barbecue Gorilla Glue. But first round was really good. This round, the first round would lean more towards like the Gorilla Glue side of things. Of course, I didn't write it down back whenever I was the first time. I'll just get it out. First time it had a different structure to it. It was more Gorilla Gluey, you know what I mean? Where it's more of a weaker structure. You better support it. We wanted to break off. You know, anywhere there's a branch, if you didn't baby that area, that fucker would snap clean off. This girl here, the structure on her is a lot better. I want to walk over to the case and grab that pack so I can tell you what it is. And I'll give her a spin as I walk by. But this one was 1 and 2 and a 4x4. You know what I mean? Under 1,000 watt. And it did pretty well, you know. Little spin there. Ugly, well faded.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
Damn.
All right, now I'll tell you. I'm pretty sure it's the Rugburn.
What's he gonna pull out of that thing?
I'm not
Yeah.
sure, man.
It's
A
all
little
seeds.
leaprecon,
It is,
a gnome.
TG4 times Face on Fire. So it's the second round of that. That's the first round.
Well, I just wanted to let everybody know there's a little bit of good news that Stony Baker Man MD came out of his coma.
Oh, I'm not sure who that is, but that is very good news.
That's one of our guys that hangs out here from time to time.
That's
But
great news.
he had like a heart attack or something, and he ended up going into a coma. And he came out of it, and he's hungry, so that's a good thing. So,
Absolutely.
Man, that's rough.
I just wanted to let everybody know, whenever any of our gromies have issues, we put out a prayer and good vibes a couple of nights back, and it helped.
Yeah. Good.
So that was a blessing. I just want to let everybody know that he's doing good.
Eagle has
Doing better.
he's done a really good job at developing a tight knit community where giving everyone an opportunity to know each other, you know, in a friendly environment. It's cool. Thank you.
Yes, that's a blessing. It is.
Thank you all. And it left me day 2, day 3, when everybody started helping with this thing. And it's even more so now out of, you know, just me, way past me. There's so many people now that help contribute, you know, help get guests and shit like that. Now it's way beyond me. Way beyond me. So many thank yous. Both you know, for people that come on, people with the help, people that, you know, hang out every night. It's definitely.
I'm kind of digging this. Like, I've been calling us like eagle feathers, you know. I'm kind of digging, you know, other people have their things and I'm digging the eagle feathers, you know. We're keeping you up, we're helping you fly, we're all working together, like unity, formality, you know. Might stick. It might stick.
I like it. I like it. It sounds good. It sounds good. I just wish we could take my name out of it. You know what I mean? It's like I said, it needs to be a community thing that it's known by. You know?
Well, the feathers are the community. The eagle is the core, the being. The feathers are what helps it be the eagle. You know,
I'm still rolling off of the eagle's garden, and we're just his garden, and it's grown, Dave.
Where is hose?
Where's hose? No,
definitely rejected. Definitely rejected.
No, we can't be Eagle's Gardens hose.
No.
Okay. All right.
We are the garden.
Oh, I meant rose.
Oh, rose. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Rose.
I gotcha.
Oh man. Yeah. So I'm looking to flip all this stuff at the end of the month. This is the cross from Boneyard Seeds, the Bruce Banner 3 crossed with Space Cheese. The little tester strain.
Large looking leaves. The fan leaves look pretty wide.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I've had wider, I've had more narrow. I'd say they're maybe leaning more towards fatter leaves, but more so the Space Kush have fatter leaves than the Bruce Banner. So I'm noticing that a couple of these phenos have those skinnier leaves and a couple of them have the fatter leaves. So it's pretty cool to see the variation.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't mind me quickly popping in, what's your preferred cover crop?
Well, I'm not going to say I have a preferred cover crop. I have one that I have consistently used and I haven't strayed from. And that's the 12 seed cover crop from Build a Soil. So that has like 6 different kinds of clover, some like legumes, vetch and fescue. But I've been really interested in maybe switching over to some, I think it's like diachondra, which basically they look like little lily pads and they really seem to hold moisture really well and they grow really low and uniformed. So with this particular cover crop set, it grows a little bit higher than I enjoy. So I have to chop it a little bit more frequently. So
Now,
Cool.
now, do you think it would be a good idea to change up your cover crop from time to time, like they do in gardening when you're in a regular garden? How they
You
move
know,
things around,
I'm
and so that
sure.
it's adding different nutrients to the soil from the different types of plants.
Well, it's adding different in this cover crop case. Like these are nitrogen. These are all nitrogen fixing plants. So these are all grabbing nitrogen, and throwing them back into the soil once they start get chopped and start decomposing. So
Okay.
when you're growing, if you were to grow like alfalfa or something in here, those will have different purposes as a mulch. So I don't even know
The
where I
only
was going
reason
with
the only reason I say that or said that or brought that up is because I watch other gardening type shows, just regular gardening, because I'm getting ready to set up a garden bed, an
Yep.
outside bed. So that's interesting to me as well. So as I'm watching this, I'm watching these guys, and they're talking about how throughout their yard, throughout their garden, wherever they got it going, they always rotate their crops. One year they'll be doing like their beets and whatever in this one, or then they'll have their spinach the next year in it, or you know what I mean? And I mean they say that it helps the soil to retain stuff in it.
Are
So
these, I would assume these are tilling gardens, people who are tilling.
no,
No, they're no-till.
yeah,
Oh, well then it may be something as simple as like just the different plant exudates, exudates,
yeah,
in that
yeah, because
switch from place to place.
each one of the beds has worms and all kinds of stuff in it.
Yeah, it may be something as simple as that, but
But
I
but they're
find
raised beds too. They're
yeah,
raised beds.
I find with running the 12 seed cover crop that it covers a large,
a wide spectrum
berth.
of it. Yeah.
Probably, and yes, I can add other stuff in, but I'm not as familiar with the other stuff, so I'm a little hesitant.
Well, I know I've heard some crops that you bring in, cover crops and stuff, they actually cause problems.
Yeah,
They bring in
clover, clover, I guess mites really like clover, and thrips really like clover, so they do draw in pests, but I'm not worried about that. I have predatory insects about
I want to I'm thinking about the predator stuff that you put into is there something you put into the soil or something like that? There's
there's
nematodes or
yep,
something like that.
there's tons of different predatory insects. Nematodes, go in the soil, and those are like basically microscopic organisms that eat fungi or eat larvae and yeah. And then you have like your soft-bodied arthropods, like beneficial mites like H. miles and Andersoni and rove beetles and stuff like that, minute pirate bugs. I mean, and then you have like bigger things like mantids and green lacewings and stuff like that.
Now, those things, are they more for a living bed, or could you use them in?
They will survive longer in a living bed. They will thrive. Some species will thrive in a living bed. Some you can add to a synthetic grow, and
Well, mine's I got a soil grow. I grow in pots and stuff, but it's organic, but it's not.
So
it's not a living bed. You know what I'm saying?
You want to make sure that there's a food source for them, and then that's where the cover crop kind of comes into play, and the mulch. In the decomposing organic material is where those sort of insects and stuff really, really thrive and hang out, you know?
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
So you do, if they won't last long in just your basic soil.
Okay, that was my question, because
Yeah.
it wouldn't make sense to purchase stuff of that nature. It would not be
And
cost
you know, Johnny, if you're running organics, you're this far of a step away from living soil.
Oh, I know, but I'm not there.
Well,
I still got
when
experiments to run.
when you want to get there, I am here for you.
All right, I'm all about it, because I am eventually, I plan on working off of Smiley as well, because
Yeah,
I think he's
definitely.
got a lot of.
Smiley has a great mind for cannabis and all the scientific stuff that goes with it. Like, he's a smart guy.
Yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow night. He's gonna tear that shit up.
Who is his guest tomorrow?
Brandon Rust, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah. And then he has someone on, I think he was talking about someone for next month that sounded, I mean, pretty freaking cool as well, but I don't remember who it was. But yeah, Brandon's
lined up.
Oh, he does already. Yeah. Yeah. Brandon's great. I mean, if you want to learn stuff about plants and genetics and like microbiology and soil biology, Brandon knows his shit. He's up there.
He's into the politics of this stuff as well. I heard him say something about some stuff going on today that we need to be careful about, help each other out.
Matrix stuff in Oklahoma, wasn't it?
Yeah, something about Oklahoma. Somebody was getting ready to start pulling some rugs out from underneath people or something.
Well, unfortunately, it's going to happen in every state as they figure out that more people grow than they realized.
I'm hoping it's like, we just have way too many people to deal with for them to even deal with it. Overgrow the plant.
I don't know, man. I mean, they dinged us pretty good in the 90s and 2000s. Late 80s.
Came a long way. Long way since then.
We have come a long way, but I mean, geez, man. It's still scary. In a lot of states, it's still,
Yes, it's still very.
And even with the legality state to state, we still have the federal fight, and then that's going to be a whole nother mess. It's going to be another 20 years before we have something that is steady, I think.
And I hope it's not that long.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm happy that they're waking up to cannabis and the many powers that it has medically, and they're open to the idea of recreational. But you mark my words, recreational is gonna fuck us.
Gonna
Just
mess
like
everything up.
Like just brewing alcohol. Oh yeah, everybody loves alcohol. Yeah, you can do it at home. It's you don't take rocket science. You make your own beer. You can't. Only I can.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
You're 100% right, and it's gonna happen
for me, not for thee.
Let them eat cake.
That's
right.
That's what I've said a bunch of times as well. Is I wish the medical would have swept first. Medical is a different story, man. We want our rights. We want to be able to produce our own medicine and shit like that. There's a need. There's there's a huge push behind that. There's rights. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
we should be able to. Recreational? Nah. There's no. You're
They're
using it
chipping
as recreational party time drug. There's no fucking gives a fuck about that.
they're chipping away at medical autonomy too, man. Like, you know, like Maine went medical first and then recreational, and now recreational is trying to boot medical out of the picture. And it's going to happen in every state because they can make more money off recreational than they can off the medical program. It's just, it's not about the plan for the states or for the federal government. It's about the money, and it's going to end up, it's going to end up fucking us, and it's capitalism. I get everything.
There's some aspect about it as far as like them growing, us growing at home. Yes, I think it's moreover. It's just they can't keep up. You know, they on a business level, you want things structured, well planned out. They've done some research into it. These are your top 10 strains, sir. You can't compete with so many people growing it and whatnot. And like every time they buy clones, we just made a purchase of 10,000 clones of Gorilla Glue, sir. Cool, fucking let's get them going. Wait a minute, they turn on the news. Oh no, there's a fucking new hype strain on. Nobody's talking about Gorilla Glue. God damn it! Now
Gorilla
what do we do?
Glue's last
Get rid of
year's
them
news.
bitches. Yeah. They just can't keep up with hype. They want something they can sell. And you're right. Once they weed out all the fucking growers and all that, you think there's gonna be 50 strains at your local store?
No, there's going to be 5.
You'll be lucky if you get 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not headed in a good direction.
Yeah.
What about you, Wookie? What's it like over there? I mean, you're in a totally different atmosphere.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was about to ask you guys, because we're pretty much in baby state still. Only a few years decriminalized, still waiting on legislation to go through, which I think is in part a blessing. Particularly on the subject that you guys are discussing right now. There's so much money to be made for government that it's tricky when it gets into recreational and who gets to supply. It would be awesome if Joe Soap in the street could supply to the neighborhood dispensary, but that shit's not going to happen. So yeah,
not unless he's paying 70% tax on it.
Exactly.
I'd rather start with decriminalization, be honest with you, before I would see recreational make it first, be honest with you. I wish we could start over or start with decriminalization.
Well, when you say it's legalized, is that across the whole continent of Africa, or is it just in provinces?
Just in the Republic of South Africa, right at the southern tip. It's basically around here. Even though it's not final, the cops give you quite a bit of leeway, but you can basically have 4 plants per adult, maximum of 8 per residence. Carry 100 grams of dry product in public, trade for no financial gain or any reimbursement, 1 plant. Currently, they luckily don't count any clones or immature plants, but I see that it's in the pipeline.
Yeah, that sounds like the basic strategy for how most states started, with decriminalization, and then there's small amounts and going up and then cutting back and then creeping and then cutting back. It's a shit show. It's going to be a mess.
Yeah, and that's where I hope that as the movement, even within government, gets older and older, that it might mature as well. And
Yeah.
I
or
suppose
die
that-
off.
and we've got such a strong free trade over here that even if they're going to tax the legal stuff, the dispensary is going to have to sell it at such a high price to make profits that I think they'll keep the black market definitely alive and kicking.
Oh yeah, there's been a black market for everything since things were being sold. It'll never die.
I know it's a little bit of a broad topic, but I've noticed that some of the states have made the leap with marijuana and mushrooms in one go. Is that a thing that you guys will catch on with the states that haven't done so yet? Or is it more, no, those guys are a bit more liberal? The
They're
other
a little
guys,
bit more liberal, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, you won't catch like Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia. You won't catch those states really legalizing anything that expands the mind.
I can
We're
understand.
open-minded here in Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan slayed it, Colorado slayed it, Washington, Oregon, I think it's on the, there's something on the books for Maine. I think there's a couple other East Coast states that have gone the psilocybin route. So yeah,
now that New York is bitten off a chunk of the apple, they might just slide right off into the ocean.
I hope New York does. No, I forgot what I was going to say again.
Sorry, man, I threw an apple.
No,
in there.
I'm all kenned up anyway.
Yeah, there are a lot of states that are coming around, which is really awesome. But a lot of the southern states will not. I don't see that happening.
Not soon in any case, I suppose.
Yeah.
Or at all. Good morning,
Yeah.
Red. Pleased to meet you, sir.
Hey, how's it going?
Fine with a lot of smiles.
Yeah, same here.
Samsung SM, what's up?
I just noticed it was 420, so I decided to pop in.
Oh yes, it is.
So Red Pill, I'm gonna
Yeah.
help you out. Walk with me here. Walk
Yes.
with me here.
Okie dokie.
Grab that phone.
I know what's
Grab
going
that phone.
on. How do we do?
Tap
We
on
are-
settings. Tap on settings.
Uh,
When it brings that up, where it says the account that you're using, tap on that. And then it will say display name. It will say account, profile, photo, account, display name. Bam. Red Pill.
profile account display.
Display name. Yeah.
Where am I? Is it on the? Hold on, let me.
When
No,
you
that's
click
not it.
settings, I'm on a
Mhm.
Samsung too. When you click settings, it should be your
Yeah, I
Gmail
can't
account
find
or
settings.
whatever.
That's what I'm looking for. Is it the three dots?
It's way over on the right hand side.
Lower right.
Mm.
Might have to minimize it. Maybe go back. Yeah. I'm not on my Zoom. So I'm like,
Actually, I got more participation.
Hit more.
Okay. And then when that brings up, it says disconnect audio. It says chat. It says meeting settings. Is that it? Is that the settings?
yeah.
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 Try that.
And then meeting settings, show name. Is that what? Right
Yeah.
there?
Show name.
Mm,
And then you type your name in there, and every time you come on, it'll display that. like you won't have to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, no, forever on. We will bury Samsung tonight. You will be forever Red Pit.
Where does it say write it in though? Yeah.
I think you tap on it, and then it should
Yeah.
open it up.
Hold on, I'm coming to the rescue. I'm joining with my Samsung.
The show name when
All right, everybody. While they're working on that, let's
join.
smoke. 420, or well, it's a 20 after, anyways.
But how do I get it to?
Hold on. Yeah, I think it's easier to do.
Yeah, I hit the show name thing, but it doesn't prompt anything else. It just turns it on and off.
I think you got to it's easier to do just when you're out of the meeting. Yeah, just do it when you get out the next time, right, Bill? All you got to do is go to the settings when you bring up Zoom. As soon as you bring up settings, it'll be that profile. You click on that profile, and then you can put in whatever you want in the display name box at that point. It won't have to be Samsung or whatever. Red pill 710. You be red pill, whatever you want to be. I forget. That's why. I just forget sometimes. I'll be like, oh yeah, I should change to Samsung to red pill.
Yeah, I can't get it to do anything other than it has like that little green and the circle there. But when I click it, it just disappears. It doesn't do anything else.
Red pill now. Red pill again.
Forgive me, people.
Did you have to duck when you walked through that doorway?
No,
Okay, I was just wondering.
I am average height for a woman hobbit.
Another superhero.
If
Yeah.
any of you met me, you'd be like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? You'd be like, you're the size of a child. No shit. No way. Just a wee lad.
Just a really lad.
Just a wee lad.
Stupid,
But I got lots of fire
Well,
inside, you know. Lots of fire.
That's one way to make your plants look bigger.
Yeah, right?
You say, I'm wiry. Is that right, Cheddar Bob? You say, I'm wiry.
I am a wiry one, you know.
Yes.
Wiry and iry.
Yeah, so none of my beans have popped up yet in my experiment. Of course, it's only been a couple of days. And you know, I didn't even soak these beans to crack them. I just threw them in.
And watered them.
So,
Well, the sand was moist.
stays wet. It should be good. Moist.
Yeah.
I'm just curious about the compaction of the sand around the seed.
Well, the wash sand has more of a like the beach look, you know, with the like the larger crystals, the larger chunks of sand.
More shells
And-
than rock.
Well, not something like that. And the stuff that I got from outside is a more beat the hell up. it was funny because when I dug it out of the ground and stuff and I watered it, it was almost like it wouldn't accept the water. It beat it up on it and ran away from it. You know what I'm saying?
Hydrophobic.
Yeah. So I realized that I had to spray it with a bottle of water and let it sit there for a little while, you know, before it would start taking it in. But now it's at a point that it is it's hydrated. It's not wet, but it's hydrated, you know. So I'm excited to see what comes out of this, whether these beans pop up, because those beans that I actually threw out in my yard have popped up out of the ground.
Sweet.
And that's just out there. And I just watered the area to moisten it up and get it ready for the next soil that I'm putting on top, because I wanted to moisten the soil down below so it wouldn't be hydrophobic or whatever you called it. Yeah. So yeah. But I got beans growing up outside. You know, I got seedlings out there, which is kind of interesting.
I think it was Cass that was saying the soil temperature, about the soil temperature one episode. You know, proper soil temperature is like 45 degrees, I think she was saying, to put seeds and clones in the soil to have them pop. I think there's like probably enough residual. Well, I don't know. You're in friggin' Las Vegas, so I don't even know what the climate's like out there.
Yeah, it's like 80 degrees out here already.
Yeah. I can't even comprehend that, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, completely.
We have 1 month of 80 degrees.
Yeah, it's I'm happy when it's 80 degrees outside, because that's actually a fairly cool temperature at this point. Yeah. Well, you're going up 40 more degrees, man.
Dude, I'm sweating just thinking about that, Johnny. I'm like, I have to take my hat off. Look, man, I'm wearing a winter hat.
Right.
A winter hat, bro.
Just thinking about it makes me sweat. Yeah. Yeah. It gets pretty hard to control the heat inside my tents.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. It gets to the point where, as a matter of fact, Paul was telling me about something called a cool bot or something of that nature.
I mean, even at night, it must be like 75, 80 degrees.
Well, you know, when it's pumping midsummer, when it's pumping midsummer, it doesn't get down to like 90 something.
Even at night?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's like living in
that scares me. That legit scares me.
Yeah. It does me too.
Yeah,
matter of fact,
I'm the opposite though, the way I'm ran. I'd still sacrifice that for having frigid cold, freezing 3, 4, 5, 6 months out of the year.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'd imagine with your back stuff though, like the cold, like is really brutal.
Really, even this chair that I'm sitting in, it's like a stupid like wooden, like this kind of, so like
dowel.
And I have a heater on. I should probably turn it off because I'm warm right now, but I took my hoodie off just because the temperature I feel comfortable on. But if I have to like sit at a table to eat and I'm too cold, then yeah, it's painful. Just having my back up against something like this and me sitting there shivering, and I'm skinny, so I don't even hold on to any temperature anyway. So
yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah. And it's not even like a shiver cold. It's like a complete cramp paralyzation. Like, I can't
Yeah.
move.
It's like you freeze on the inside.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like in your bones.
Yeah.
Well, metal is, it always is so cold. Like if you touch a metal surface, even if it's warm, it always feels colder in the air.
Yeah.
So I always think about that, like literally attached to my spine. It's just sucking
yeah,
out.
I mean, I've got metal all in my throat and all in my knees. Like I can feel like when it hits a certain temperature, like I'm sore. I can't imagine on my spine. Like, ugh.
I think I got lucky, and I had the surgery when I was 21, and thankfully it went successful enough to where like I didn't need to have pain medication for long extended periods, or still to this day. So I think I just had a really lucky circumstance. There's other people that the surgery didn't go as well, and now they're addicted to pain medication.
Yep.
Exactly. I'm so leery of pain medicines. I'm just I stay away from them like the Black Plague.
Actually, because of my size and the age, and because of scoliosis, and normally they try to get ahead of it, there's a lot more like pediatric doctors that do it, that are meant to do it on a still growing physical skeleton, right? So because I was still, I'm more like you, Cheddar Bob. I'm not big. Even though I was 21, they still had a pediatric doctor do it on, the surgery on me, because I, wasn't a full formed adult yet, basically. Even though they still caught it late. You should have scoliosis surgery when you're like 16 or 18.
I'm still
21.
not a fully formed adult.
Right.
We were talking.
I used to have a pretty I was impressed with my superhero t-shirt collection too.
Oh, I feel it.
I feel a connection here.
Now we're getting to the meat of things.
Yeah. My spidey senses have tingled.
Yes, I thought I felt a little tingle. What are we talking about? Superhero t-shirts. What are you running with?
Well, do you know what bathing apes are? Apes shoes.
I couldn't hear you.
Bathing apes or bapes, the shoes and clothes and all that.
No.
Okay, well, I don't know exactly where it's off in the direction it took after I started getting interested into it, but it's a Japanese clothing brand, and it originally started from like one guy just making like superhero t-shirts, and it expanded into like a whole thing, and he started making like $1,000 hoodies and $500 pairs of shoes. But he had some contracting thing where he and expanded to DC and other shit too, but he made an original set of Marvel comic Bape shoes. You can look it up and see them. Probably find more pictures of the fake ripoffs than the real authentic ones. But instead of a shoebox, it came like an action figure thing, that hangs on the wire, and it's got like the big poster board with the comic on it, and it's got the see-through plastic box, and the action figure sits inside in it. It was like that, but it was shoes. So they had like the Thing, they had Thor, they had Hulk, they had Spider-Man, they had Cyclops, Spider-Man, Hulk, Captain America.
So these are all shoes.
Yeah, and they're they're flamboyant colored, like comic book colored. And if anyone knows of the bathing apes, or if they know Air Force Ones, they're kind of a one-for-one copy of that, but instead of a Nike swoosh, it has a star with a lightning bolt.
So was each superhero had their own shoe, or all of those superheroes were on one shoe?
Nope. Each one had their own shoe. I forgot to mention Silver Surfer too.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
And you have all of these?
Why don't you show us one or two of these?
I could find, I don't know where it is. I'd have to scavenge the house right now because it's the first time.
Okay, well, that's on the next program. So
Yeah,
you got
next
We-
program, I will try
we
to
haven't-
find my rip off. They're not even real because, you know, like I said, they're $300 and $500. They're probably worth more now.
We
It
have
was
an hour left, Red Pill. We have an hour left.
Oh, I'm not scrounging.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
Okay.
I
I
That's one thing I'm
struggled
gonna have
enough
to-
with the naming
Sausage
my
cut off.
Zoom name. I'm not gonna go on.
That's one thing I'm gonna have to explain to everyone is this main sarcastic humor sort of thing. It's deep
I get
and
it.
sometimes it doesn't always float. So my apologies.
I kind of related to the fact that, like, when Tao's inside the garden and Smiley says, "Hey, you could take a few of those leaves off," and he's
Well, I feel like
Starts
there's
ripping.
double downing on sarcasm too. There's the joke side of it, like, yeah, go get those shoes, and then we laugh, ha ha ha, ha. And then it's like, no, but really, go get those shoes.
Yeah. No, I really meant it, but I said it in a joking way.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll show you. Yeah, the ones I have were the Cyclops, the original Cyclops, like the old styling of it before the whatever
Like the-
80s or 90s.
Like the black, blue, and yellow
Yep,
X-Men Cyclops.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
The
See?
color of the shoes was the blue, the yellow, and yep, exactly. A little bit of red. And then the inside, the insole, but like where your little foot pad thing, that
Yeah.
was also to match that poster board. Like the inside of the shoe had like a little comic book action scene on the inside of it. So you'd look inside your shoe and it'd be like pow or something like that. You know what I mean? Like that kind of.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I had a shirt to match those. I didn't have Cyclops shirt. I think I had like a regular X-Men shirt to match that one. But then I also had a Silver Surfer shirt.
So did you ever wear them?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I like I said, I had the fake rip-off one, so I wasn't worried about. It's not like people did keep it like a collectible.
They
like I
weren't a
said,
pair of Yeezys.
No, this was pre-Yeezys, but Kanye West did have his own exclusive bathing ape. Pharrell had one. Another like punk rock band had one. I don't know. I don't follow that shit, but not that it's shit. Sorry, but they had a Kanye West one even back then. It was for if anyone knows the College Dropout album, had like a little teddy bear mascot looking thing. That's what those shoes are made to look like. They had like the little teddy bear mascot stitched in the side, and they were like brown and tan and red and
My second middle kid just got a pair of those Kermit Adidas,
Ooh.
which I thought were pretty cool.
That's
I don't
Anything
know.
Kermit is cool.
I don't know if that's a thing, but they have Kermit on them. I was like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
And he proceeded to throw them in the trash. I don't know what that was all about.
What? Are they still there?
Wow.
Can you dig them out? What size does he wear?
No,
That's we went to everything that got talked about before I hopped in here. I was listening to Cheddar Bob go off into the soil biology. So whatever got talked about before I hopped in here, we somehow turned into fashion. Fucking fashion.
it's a wormhole. Tubulars, man.
Yeah, you never know which direction the wormhole's
That's
going
right.
to take you.
That's the thing
We
about
could-
wormholes, right?
We could end up on Jupiter. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You never
I
know
wouldn't-
which end is its head and which end is its ass.
My mind just went. Someone knows the name of that actual symbol of the snake eating its head eating the tail. But that's what that is.
What is that? That's the medical, isn't it?
I think that's the two snakes spinning up a stick. But then there's I think it's like mostly in
There's
ancient
One
Norse.
place I don't think you'll ever find the wormhole popping up, and that's in an avocado. I don't know why, but I just don't think this in particular hole will end up popped up in the bottom of an avocado. Just like,
You're eating an avocado right now. Don't lie. That's an avocado, isn't it?
Wait a second. Didn't we have this conversation? Or don't me and Eagle, we both don't like guacamole?
That's not guacamole. That's just a what are those?
it temporarily did pop up in the kitchen, but there was no avocados in there.
Okay.
Red,
All
concerning
worms.
the snake eating its own tail, does the name Ouroboros
There
ring a
you
bell?
go. Yeah, I can't. I got different memory departments. For some reason, it's I can recall certain things, but that in that moment I couldn't recall for some reason. Yeah, the Ouroboros. Yeah, that's it. It's ancient myth, Norse mythology.
Wasn't he in Guar?
Oh shit, I don't know. Guar. I know I know what Guar, or I can visualize Guar, but I don't know anything more about it other than the weird looking fucking people under the stairs, pinhead costume looking thing.
Tell us about your visualization.
My visualization. I remember it flashed me back to a Bam Margera episode on MTV, a show he had. I think he did a bunch of whatever, just silly.
They're freaky looking dudes, man. They wear these like big, huge, like made up masks that look like demons and stuff with these huge, elaborate, like road warrior spikes and blood, and they're pretty freaky.
It just
like
reminded me
of yeah.
I don't
but
even know what
they all
genre.
have names like that, like Osidius, Dorelius, and stuff like that, like weird.
Is that it right there?
Yeah, that looks like a drawing of them. But
Can you increase that at all, Eagle?
Let me see here.
Eagle,
is it showing still pictures?
It's showing, but it's kind of small.
You should play Guar when you do the shout outs tonight. Yeah, look at them.
Which
that's
they
them.
only have a few good songs. Oh, did it bring them all up there? Oh,
Yeah. There's all kinds of illustrations.
Okay. Here's one them talking to a reporter, or a couple of them anyway. So yeah, that's them like real life right there.
Oh yeah.
It just that attire and that look just brought me back to early formations of consciousness and watching movies that my mom was watching, and me probably getting contacts of her smoking dime bags and a fucking tinfoil pipe. But watching the movie Legend and People Under the Stairs, and I think Hellraiser, the Pinhead movie, that's that kind of shit that reminds me of visually.
Have you ever seen that animated movie Arthur?
Arthur?
Yeah, animated one.
The Arthur the Anteater? Arthur and DW?
Like PBS?
Yeah.
PBS Arthur?
No. It's
Are you talking like 70s,
It's a
late
movie.
80s drunk Arthur?
No, actually,
Yeah.
there's a cartoonish type movie. It starts out in real life, and then the kid gets changed into some sort of a pixie kind of a thing and goes way down into. Anyways, there's a guy inside this movie that is exactly how you are describing. He's literally got spikes on his head, spikes on his back, on his shoulder, and he's just really an animated individual, really kind of scary looking. But
maybe
actually,
I did see this. You reminded me of a movie that like this. Like I said, this is early, and this is like when I became conscious, like when as far back as memory goes. And there's certain.
Well, we're not
movies,
talking about when you came out the womb here, man.
No, we're talking like 3. I didn't know what the hell anything was at that. Memory started in between 3 and 6 years old. That's what I'm talking about in that time frame. We're taking it back to 1993. You know, that kind of shit. Okay, but there's a movie like you're saying. Now you're saying something that's reminding me of something that I have to tell myself, nah, that's just my brain, you know, running off with something that never happened. It's just a false memory. But now you're reminding me of something where like same thing. A kid got, it's like a Alice in Wonderland, but a boy version. A weird like monster under his bed takes him into the it's like the movie Monsters Inc., but like that really shitty 90s special effects before they had like CGI and they had to do
It was called Monsters, and it was with Fred Savage and the guy that not Harvey Keitel, who does that America's Got Talent thing?
Monsters Inc., I think it is.
No, that was the animation one.
Okay.
But the Fred Savage, the one with monsters, who's the guy that doesn't like to be touched? The bald guy on TV.
Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel played the monster under the bed.
Yep.
That's right. Yep.
And that came out, it would have been like 1992, 93-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would have been like 12 or so.
Yeah, my memory of that is I had to go and stay with my aunt, and she has 2 daughters. One's 1 year older than me, one's 1 year younger than me. And this was, like I said, early 90s.
Yep.
When I feel like life was completely different and parents had different, you know, like boundaries with their kids, but we were given the, you know, whatever privilege or whatever of walking. And this is the memory goes because at this time we always got rental movies, not even from Blockbuster, but from like actual, like stupid, like mom and pop rental place,
a movie store.
Like, yeah, like Value Video or something like that. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And we went up, she's in another city than me, and I went up to stay with her, and they had a Planet Hollywood. And I was just like, so like, this isn't Value Video. This place sucks. You know, what is this? What kind of joke is this? You know, that kind of stuff.
When you went in there, it had everything, didn't it?
It did, but I just thought it was like, was this some? Even then, I didn't know what the word gimmick was, but I'm thinking like, what the hell is all this hokey shit? You know what I mean? I just want to get the damn video and go. You know, the Value Video was just all plain. You know, they didn't have neon lights and fucking carpeting and that kind of, you know, that kind of shit.
They had an old dog they had to shoo away, and a cat laid on top of the VHS cartridges.
It was one of those, like, you know, like, I guess whatever outdoor strip molly things where it's just like 3 businesses in one building. And it was that video rental place, like a ice cream parlor, and the best fish fry place that I've ever had. And that also went away. Video, all 3 of those things don't exist anymore in the same location that they're at. We do have a similar, like, you know, not Ben and Jerry's, not whatever, Baskin Robbins. We have like a still
TCBY.
I'm gonna give it away too much, doxing myself, but Sugar Shack. Maybe I'm not. Maybe they don't even exist anymore. Maybe COVID shut them down. But yeah, we had Sugar Shack. But back in the day, there was this 3-in-1 place. There was a video rental place, ice cream parlor shop, and a fish fry place. And that fish fry was the best fish fry. Now I'm ruined on it because I haven't had that good a fish fry since. So, and maybe you can help me out. You're over there on that coast. I bet I could have fish fry galore.
Yeah, man. We got all the
Sugar Shack.
I'll even take you out. I'll take you out, and you can catch your own fish to fry.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
I hope I don't catch a damn sheep's head again.
Yeah, we're not in Wales.
Yeah. No, not that kind of sheep's head.
Oh.
No, he's talking about the fish with the human teeth.
Big buck teeth.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those. Those are really weird looking.
Mhm.
funky. Yeah.
They're
My
like
son caught
rounded teeth. Like they look like they have a smile.
It looks like someone polluted their dentures in the ocean. Somehow they got stuck in a fish's mouth, and it's just walking around or swimming around with old lady dentures.
Yeah.
There
Right,
you go.
right.
I got you.
That's
You
weird.
gonna
Were you
show a
talking
picture
about
of it?
that yesterday?
I'm sorry.
Hey!
What's up,
Now I'm
Green
repeating
13?
myself.
There it is.
Oh man.
Shit.
Look at those teeth.
Just like that.
Are you kidding me?
It's
Look
a
at those
simulation.
choppers.
We're living
Would
in
you
a
look at
simulation.
those choppers? Sorry. That was from a movie.
Your nose is clear, Green 13.
I'm reading whoever's this is. What other web pages they've got open? Come on, Pornhub.
Cheers, Green 13. Morning, brother. How you doing?
Brother? Yeah, I'm good, man. Just thought I'd come and start the day and have a little. Been waiting to light this for about an hour, actually. Nah, not 420 yet.
Not 420 yet. You can still light it.
Were you boys
Yeah.
talking about that same fish about this time yesterday?
I think so. Yeah. Somehow it
Cool,
ended
okay.
up coming up again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not groundhogging.
What are you smoking on over there, Green 13? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry about that.
I'm smoking on last night's blue sherbet, blue cookies times sunset sherbet. Very flavorful, very strong. It went 76 days, so, and it had a load of UV light on it, so it's all super terpy and yeah, really played out.
What was the female blue what?
Blue cookies.
Nice. That sounds scrumptious.
Yeah, it smells like melted plastic, so that sweet high note, like you melted an Airfix kit, and it tastes like blue, fruity blueness.
How long did you dry and cure that for, Green?
Oh, dry is 10 to 14 at 60 and 60. So I use an air con, and I'm pretty anal about really about the temperature, keeping that low in the grow room, 16 degrees C.
Oh, well below 20.
Well below 20. I don't want anything disappearing, really.
Any of the volatile terpenes.
Also, I feel like I get a bit of a harder nug, but not the nug harder. Actually, the calyx is a bit harder. They sort of stay swelled, it feels like, if I keep the temperature low. And dry, you know.
What's 20C equal Fahrenheit-ish? About 80?
Low 60s,
Yeah.
I think.
About 60.
Oh.
No, 20C isn't 60. Can't be.
50, yeah. What you got?
68.
68?
Sorry.
20, okay. 28 would be 86 or something like that. Okay.
So it's like, anyway. And about 60 or even a bit lower humidity. And then it's actually been in a jar since 3 or 4 weeks, probably. But to be honest, I tucked straight into it. It just happens that jar was separate, though.
No, I've also found that some strains have got quite a bit of flavor development if the longer you leave them.
The longer you leave them in the jar, or longer you leave them on the plant.
Well, I suppose both sides are
true.
true.
Yeah.
But more from the curing side. But yeah, thanks for the 16 degrees Celsius, because I think that might be a reason why I've lost some of my previous drying, because I've gotten close to the middle to high 20s, and I was
just volatile up there. Yeah. But if you get something which is real monoterp heavy, that won't make much difference. It's only if it's a really complicated thing. So I think what we're agreeing these days that we're seeing is that things change through cure. There's nothing like fresh herb, and things do change and potentially taste better, but what they actually do is taste different. You might lose a bit of the main, so you gain a bit of the others. But since that plant is cut, that's losing terpenes, and it's losing them till the day you smoke it. So it's a weird, what's the window, you know?
Silly question. I'm using my grow tent currently as a drying room as such, just to mitigate some of the extreme conditions. I've hung multiple strains up in the same area. Any validity to the bro science of maybe terpenes and smells popping over just on a smell, obviously not with taste. Any worry about cross-contaminating flavors?
Oh, different strains hanging together.
Yeah.
Oh, I never thought about it. I wouldn't have thought so.
Me
Those
too.
things, they're
I've
kind
never
of
had that
esters and nah. I mean, they just disappear into the air. They won't hang on to another plant. Like, they're already volatile. They're not looking for a place to go except up and out and away, I guess. I'm just guessing.
If your drying areas that tight, you're promoting mold. There should be some type of air movement in there to where it's not that stagnant, to where it's like a jar cure kind of thing. That air should be moving in and out.
Yeah, I try to keep the air moving at least always inside. Try to extract often enough, but I feel if I extract too often, I'm stealing too much of the terpenes away.
And disturbing the thing and drying it out a bit quicker and stuff. But are you in Africa?
Yeah, Cape Town, South Africa.
So you've got some hot temperatures you're dealing with nearly always.
We had a good summer. Luckily, the fall has been quite moderate. So we've had a few hot days that cost me a little bit, but for the most part, I've got a critical cheese and a Gorilla Glue that's still outdoors that I'll harvest in the next week or so, and I think they're gonna enjoy some nice temperatures.
So what have you got for daylight? Are you on a 12-hour cycle now? Are you on a winter cycle?
Officially, we're on 11 hours currently.
Right.
I've got a little bit of obstructions both to my west and my east. So my sunlight gets cut in, I think about 2/3 of that.
Right. Okay.
It's planting season here and it's harvest season there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm really enjoying the long flowering more sativa. Oh, that reminds me, there's another few smaller sour diesels that also some sativa dominant ones that are taking their time, but I'm also very excited.
My wife's asked me not to smoke sativa.
that shit gets me to clean the house.
I think it makes me aggro. I think she thinks it makes me aggro. Shut up, love. That kind of thing. No, I'm kidding, but yeah. And every time I smoke diesel, she's like, "Have you got seeds in there?" She hates the smell of it.
Ah, goodness.
Interesting.
Good.
It's funny, isn't it? Checking Bob's room out though. I'm digging that, Bob. What's that? A 5x5?
This is a 4x4.
Okay, look big.
The camera adds a foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least 3 inches.
Mhm.
So yeah,
It's the corner to corner view. The diagonal adds what, almost a third.
Actually, you know what? I think the net as well helps because it puts the grid on there, so it kind of tricks the eye.
I got a question about growing in beds or in a living soil setup in a bed. What's the most amount of fade you've ever seen on a plant? Do plants, even if they're past, like right around near their harvest, a whole lot of nutrients, and it's a really healthy living bed of soil. There's more nutrients than the plant can uptake. Plants finish real green, or can you get a plant to fade all autumn colored?
I get an amazing amount of color.
So, but does that mean then, boom, your nutrients are depleted? You got to top dress and do a bunch of other shit when you plant in the next round?
Nope, that means that the plant has hit its
Senescence.
Yeah, it's it goes through that transformation. So at a certain age, it's not going to continue to grow and live and live and live. So I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around it because somehow it's different than just blasting a hydro plant with nutrients to the very end. How is that?
So a lot of it's about patience. She knows, and if you wait, she'll show. And it will start to go on the edges, and the middle it'll still look very green, but it will not request any more food, and it will not take any more food. And essentially, the plant starts to try and die. Fuck! Shall I hum? Shall I? And that's when we're cutting it. So it's about patience, really. Sorry.
I just wondered if that living bed was like a DWC bucket with a full nutrient solution. Is there more than enough nutrients to feed that plant through one round, and then is it finishing super nitrogen rich or something?
So I guess the way that I can explain it is if I were to chop this plant down, right? Well, not at the stalk, but chop it down so there's just a couple bud sites left. I could re-veg it and not have to re-amend.
But you wouldn't want to flower again, would you, Bob? Probably. You could, but you wouldn't want to performance.
In this size bed, I could get away with flowering again. I could get away with a couple runs. And as everyone knows, I do run the avocado tech. So that's in a sense top dressing, but it's not like a true layering lasagna style top dressed. No. So yeah, I don't quite know how to answer that besides like the plant just kind of knows when its life cycle's ending, like genetically. Like, I mean, some of us are
several times. The only drawback in running a re-veg carcass is there's a lot of cleanup to it. That thing, when it comes back, is gonna be a fucking bush. But I've never had any problems as far as the quality of the bud. The yields have been better the second round on a re-veg carcass. But I haven't seen it lose any vigor or anything. In fact, I said that about a month ago. That's going to be my next kind of follow along project. How many times I can actually re-veg and flower a girl in the same pot without some type of variation where she's starting to lose something, or I think she might be losing something in time.
Let me know when you're going to do that, Eagle. Let me know when you do that, Eagle. I want to go along with you on that.
And it's going to be when at the end of the round with these big air pots. I want to use these air pots in that project because I can add a little bit more to them if they need it. You know what I mean? Fresher soil, I can drop them down, manipulate it a little bit, and adding stuff.
So
but it's
I don't know if anyone's
over and over.
I don't know if anyone's ever done this, but is that the same, or is, like I said, I might be thinking. I don't know if I'm thinking of something that someone's not done ever before, but how people want to be ahead of the planting cycle in a lot of situations. They want to be putting a big plant already in 100-gallon smart pot or directly in the ground or in a mound, right? As soon as it's nice out, as soon as it's not going to get cold, right? So beginning in the spring, right? Putting as big of a plant as you can, possibly vegged. Some people maybe start their seeds at the new year. Some maybe do it right before 420. So you got little seedling popping up on 420 if you're lucky. But has anyone ever done that? Like grown in air pots and then vegged a plant for like an entire year, like a whole calendar year, 12 months from like spring to the next spring. And then put like, you have that really big air pot. So you got.
Do we strike you as people who are doing that? Or are we people who desperately want some ganja now?
Experimentation purposes.
I wonder what a year veg is like. Nah.
What is it like? What is it like? So that's
healthy,
what I mean. Maybe we're
healthy roots.
We're so impatient. We need more weed. No one's ever done a year-long veg. No one's ever done a year-long veg ever.
Well,
in the whole 50
I mean,
years, people.
No, that's just called keeping a mother. You know.
Right.
But kind of not, because you're not trying to.
That's an easier way to putting it. Has anyone ever put like a fucking 6-foot tall mom out of a 10-gallon pot into the fucking like a 100-gallon smart pot the start of spring? You know, I guess that's an easier way to put it.
I know people who do that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Eagle's gonna do that, right? Eagle?
Mm-hmm.
You did that right just the other day, right?
Yeah, they fucking hit that Michigan winter killed them bitches right out.
Oh, did it really? I was wondering about that.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh man, we had fucking Stamp when he got into like 20s. I didn't cover him up. I just left him out there. Yeah, they fucking did him right in. But I am thinking about throwing in some out there again that are good size. You know, probably at the end of May, something like that. Something that looks close to. Those are some Xmas there that are them girls right there, pretty tall. They're actually. Those 4 girls right there are going in LED tents too, so I strip them down probably tonight and then throw them in a tent. But they're good sized girls. I'm going to take something like that, but they're not going to stay in the tent. I think I'm going to just throw them in ground, not like a 100-gallon smart pot. I think I'm just going to sweeten up a hole and throw them in there.
I had a situation a couple of weeks ago, Johnny, where a friend had given me a plant. I can't say no. And it had just got big and big and big in my bedroom. And I had never had a plan for it. And so in the end, it got too close to the light, got distressed and ended up with spider mites. So I'm like, right, you're leaving this room, whatever, because the next thing you're going to do is distress my other plants. So I just chucked it outside. Obviously, it's freezing temperatures out there. So the spider mites are all gone. The plant's not very happy. But it hasn't got spider mites, and it will come back. So, yeah.
So it might come back into the room.
It will probably come back into the room. I'm not that phobic of bugs, or it might get chopped into clones. But like, yeah, I think it will live. That's how you deal with spider mites.
Boy, that's a great stressor too. I mean,
I think so.
To put it out there and make it go through that kind of stuff, you might get a real wicked. Well,
they do say
you might get some kind of a strange reaction from your Terps on that. You know, might be good. Some kind of shock value.
He's getting broken into.
Nah, the dog, man. It's the dog. Whenever there's quiet, it's eating my flip flop or something. So fuck.
Yeah,
I gotta check because otherwise it's on me.
That was a total worried, like, what's going on? Yeah. We have 4 boys. And so whenever it's quiet, my wife and I will be look at each other and just be like, we go through the house and find out who's doing something wrong.
She's eating the hose. She's eating my flip flops. She's eating my headphones. She's eating me.
Is that
Tiger.
English Springer?
Nice try. It is an Italian pointer.
Pointer.
Yeah, real smart dog. Already started chasing the
birds.
The deer. She got kicked in the face last week. She got in the middle of this pack of deer so fast, and then a load of them came out behind her. So it was just this, and she got a kick in the head. Went for a run for 35 minutes. Came back, found her at the car.
Oh my God!
Wow.
When it's that, or don't run her on the lead, or keep her on the lead, and I'm not doing that. So it's got to be a training thing.
Well, she'll only do that 10 more times.
Right.
That was exactly my thought, Bob. I was like, I wonder if she's learned. Almost definitely not. You know?
It impresses me with my dog how stubborn and smart I know he is, and just how stubborn he can be. You know, like I know you know exactly what I'm saying, but you're not going to listen to me.
And in a way, I have, with the PTSD and all that kind of the fallout of that, I definitely have respect for that. I'm not going to do what you say thing. So I'm like, I respect you, motherfucker, but seriously, eat my shit.
Yeah, when I was a little boy, I was staying at someone's property on a farm, and their dog came back after being missing for a little while. Went off on a galloping out in the woods. Well, when it came back, it had porcupine quills going through its lips, going through its jaw. I mean, literally went through its teeth. I mean, in between the gums. You know what I'm saying?
Horrid.
Yeah. Yeah, it stuck its face inside of a porcupine hole. And that was the worst thing that dog ever did.
Yeah.
Right. It was it was an interesting experience. Farm activities. Kind of crazy.
I think my dog's actually been deprived, even though, that's a horrible situation, but not that situation, but Green 13 situation. I feel like my dog's been deprived of that because of the damn COVID. I feel like my dog should have experienced a deer kicking it in the head.
We had, you obviously know when this puppy's it's 8 months or whatever, so it's been right over the COVID period. And when a friend came round to see, allegedly, when a friend came round to see me, it was like the first time anyone had walked through our door, because that wasn't us. And like, it was so surreal. It was like the dog was like, "What the fuck? Who are you? This is not right." And yeah, it was all that weirdness, right? But think about the poor children.
I got my dog January 6th, 2020. So right before the whole calamity.
The kind of dog you got there, Red?
Yeah.
I don't know how purebred he is. He's mostly pit bull. We suspect a little boxer in there.
Oh, a little bully.
Yeah.
Bullies are great, especially with a boxer. I'm a boxer guy. I've had boxers all my life.
I think
I love them.
Yeah,
I think we touched on that too, man. We're kindred spirits, man. Comic book T-shirts and boxers. I did. If I mentioned before, the reason why I got my dog is because my
briefs, right?
It's changed. It's changed over the years. It went from tighty whities to boxers to briefs. So
yeah, but you guys both wear the superhero underwear. You got to admit it now. Come on.
I don't have any pairs right now. I'll be honest about that if I do.
You think I wear underwear?
I'm not sponsored by MeUndies or anything, but maybe if they want me to start repping their gear, I might.
I don't know about that one.
Hook you guys up with some promo codes. Anyway, my buddy I got my dog from now, I was originally in line for one of his cousins. He breeds boxers, and I really wanted a solid white female. That's what I wanted, all white female. Now, for this,
the white boxers are really, really beautiful, but they have a lot of skin diseases and like genetic predisposition diseases it's actually kind of sad. They don't live as long normally as
the whole
the
thing
other.
is he's got not only like through health issues and all that, because it's a 50-50 whether it's going to be a boy or a girl, but he only gets one good all white out of every other litter, right? So it's actually a double 50-50 because every litter he gets, he's maybe only going to get one white puppy, and then it's a 50-50 if it's going to be a boy or girl. So I wanted an all white girl. And now where this came from is my apartment that I had out in Colorado when I lived there. I had multiple roommates, but one of them I had was a old buddy of my cousin. My cousin's 9 years older than me. His buddy was a couple years older than him. He had a marital issue, divorce, started a new life thing. He moved out of Wisconsin and moved in with me into Colorado. Well, he found a job and everything like that. And, it was a Super Bowl weekend, and he had to dog sit for one of his work buddies. And I didn't know this. He never even alerted me until obviously it happened. But I'm in my room one morning, Super Bowl morning, and I come out and he's like, hey, we got company. And I'm thinking like, oh, it's Super Bowl, maybe he found some date or some chick, there's a lady out in the living room. So I'm still in my room and I'm about to come out, and so I'm like, oh, maybe I should, be presentable or something like that. And I come out and I didn't know it was a dog, right? And he's like, there's Roxy, and it's a little boxer puppy, I don't know how old, but a little female puppy. And she comes running up to me, and right away it rolls over on her belly right at my feet and lets me rub her belly in that. And we just had a really good Super Bowl Sunday. And from that point, it just put it into me like the next dog I'm going to get is going to be a boxer because I like that dog so much. Well, like I said, about in the line that I had to be in to get that all white female boxer, that didn't happen in time. The buddy that gave me that my dog now was like, I have this dog, and he got two dogs on the same day, the day before Christmas Eve, and he got a Boston Terrier and my little pit bull / boxer mix. And he already has a pit bull, like that's 12 or 14 years old. And he had the Boston Terrier, and he didn't need two puppies all at the same time plus an older dog. So he asked me if I wanted the pit bull boxer mix, and of course I said yeah, because I already was really wanting a dog. So that's how he came to be.
It was meant to
And
be.
he's about to turn 18 months in a couple days here. So shout out to my boy Dash.
Dash.
Yeah.
Good name. What you said Pit you think pit bull and a little boxer?
Mm-hmm.
Does he have does he have like a collar or anything like a typical boxer would have, or
no,
color?
Just two white, his front two paws are white. One's a little bit more on his toes, and then the other one's more his total paw.
Like the socks they call them.
Yeah. I call it. To me, it looks like he stepped
Countdown.
in a
Countdown.
Here, boys.
1 minute to 4:20.
To me, it looks like he's
time's off, Johnny.
What's that?
Well, to me, it looks like he's stepped in
was
the
off.
paint.
It was work one.
Cheers.
I got a battery operated clock, so
Blasted this, man. I gotta go get me some concentrates or make some. Jeez, I'm not on dab stuff. be on that side of the lake tomorrow, I guess.
I'm barely
bad when
dabbing
you
at all.
civilization's considered the other side of the lake.
I think I'm going to make some BHO next run.
Yeah?
I think I just, miss it, I think.
It's nice to have a spread. Boy, you know, Green 13, I bought a thicker banger, and I'm still cleaning it with water. But I've noticed that all my oil all the reclaim stays in the banger. It just goes up higher above the nail and sits.
Is the T piece further up? Is it deeper?
Yeah. Pretty thick.
Yeah.
Without trying to spill it, but it's pretty thick. Dirty as shit.
That'll last. Has it got a peg on it? Did you get one with a peg on? Nah. Hard to find, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They are. I just take a piece of wire, wrap it around.
Yep.
Excuse me. Cheers, everybody.
Ooh, that was a good hit.
Yeah. Happy 420.
Yes, happy 420, everybody.
Yeah.
Cheers.
What day is it?
That
Thursday?
Saturday.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday right now. Yep.
The Organics Takeover today at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time.
4:30 Pacific
Oh.
Standard Time.
It's early. Okay.
All right, everyone. It is 4:20 here on the East Coast. I'm going to go try and catch a few hours of shut eye. Thanks for letting me hang out, Eagle. Johnny, always pleasure. Red Pill, Wookie, Green 13.
Just good
Get
session.
it, Bob.
Thank you, brother.
Have a great morning. Have a great day tomorrow. And maybe we'll see you on the wormhole tomorrow with a new shirt.
Ah,
Right?
the Incredible Hulk. Total
Spidey
face.
senses.
All right. Take it easy, everyone.
Peace out.
Cheers, Bob. Go well.
Well, I am going to pop out myself. I'm going to hop out. Eagle, thank you very much for the wormhole. Place to hang
2 by
out,
2.
chat with all the Gromies. Wally Wookie, awesome time meeting you tonight. Awesome time.
Awesome.
Yep.
Glad you guys
Red
enjoyed.
Pill,
Yep.
always a good time hanging out with you.
You
Green
too, Johnny.
13, it's a blessing to hang out with you too, brother.
Yes, brother.
Take care of that pups. I know you are. All right, guys. We'll talk
Yep.
to you later.
See
All
you
the
soon,
Gromies
Johnny.
out there. We'll see you.
Cheers, Johnny.
So how you feeling after that 24 hour thing? You had a little time off, didn't you, Eagle?
Oh, it was nice having a few days off there, to be honest. with
Yeah,
you.
man.
It's
Saturated with
caught
human
up.
company.
That wasn't that part of it. It's just I need to catch up. I'm still not caught up, man. I literally need to just be here for a few more days, but I've already bit off other commitments and other bullshit. And I knew when I moved up here. I literally told the gentleman when I was buying this house. He asked me when I was gonna start taking on some work, and I told him, "Oh, don't worry. If I put on my nail bags, I'm gonna take all the fucking work in town." So, and I fucking since I strapped them on, man, that fucking offers just keep coming and coming and coming. It's just, that's why I kind of nonchalantly quit fucking doing it a long time ago, man. I when it comes to making money and fucking shit like that, I have a hard time saying no. Especially that's how you know, to be really, really honest, if the fucking offer from to do the other thing way back when would have been like a DM or a text, I may not be sitting here doing this here today, but it was a face to face, face to face. Hey man, can you do this? And I was like, yeah. And I find myself doing that more with work too. And then back then too. Yeah, do you think you can do this? Yeah. Job I'm doing now. You know, finishing up tile. You want to put the floor, you want to put some flooring in, kitchen, bath. Yeah. Can you sneak in a kid? You know, can you sneak in the fan, a ceiling fan? Man, I hate doing this shit. No, I don't really want to. Come on, no. You know, fucking yeah. I need to pull the plug on that. Get back to doing this full time. Stop trying to venture down that road. Start saying no. Start saying no to some shit. That's what I need.
It's funny you say that. I mean, there's a lot to what you just said. You obviously enjoy it a bit, but also there's this thing I'm learning about boundaries at the moment because I'm not very good with boundaries. So one of the boundaries that I'm learn about is saying no to people. So I'm a person, I'll just be like, yeah. But I won't want to do the thing. I'll just say yeah because I wanna do it. So I'm learning about a boundary to not say yeah when you don't want to do something. Yeah, I'll do it. Why are you saying that, dude? You don't want to do it. No.
And you're right. Jim Rohn, when in one of his speech talks about that same attitude, you need to be both honest with yourself and them. You know, not wanting to do the project. No, I can't. But if I find time, I'll give you a call. You know, that should be the answer. But it's not. I never use it.
No. Yeah. Yeah. It's to protect yourself rather than try and be the man who can. Oh yeah, he was the man who can. Come on, boy. Come on, man. Sort me out. You know, you're like, yeah, okay, man.
And it's pressure too, man. A lot of aspects, even in construction or whatever. You know what I mean? Get a fucked up job. Nobody, yeah, he can fix that. And you get there and you think to myself, this is beyond fucked up. Yeah, I can fix this, but Jesus, I don't want to fix this. This should be torn out.
Yeah, I want to tear it down. Yeah. Let me start over here.
That's a way to complicate it too. But the way I was thinking is like just how motivated you are to capitalize on however much money the job is offered to you, right?
The trouble is, I have so little regard for money now. It's literally a thing I need and not something I want in any way. I know where you're going, but yeah.
God, you see that far ahead of where I'm going. Oh man, I'm desperate.
I mean,
I'm desperate.
Sorry.
I'll do it. Hey, I've never done it before, but I'll do your tile for you. Come on, give me $2,300.
Yeah. I remember when I had my house refitted and they were like, yeah, we'll redecorate for you, $7,000. And it's like, I just became a decorator. Fuck it. I'm about to make $7,000 by decorating my own house. That's how I looked at that. That's how you talk to yourself, isn't it? Like, fuck you, you're not having that for painting. I can learn to do that.
My dad's like how Eagle is, though. My dad, he's a carpenter. And when I was young, I watched him build decks. Now, the way the market is, I don't know, like I said, you put on you got your nail bags and you went out to take all those jobs. And I just think like Oh man, that's how it was with my dad when he could find a person to build a deck for, like 3, 4, 5 decks, the whole summer or whatever. And man, that's the same thing. Like if I had to know how to do that, I would take advantage of it all the time. Like I said, I would have very hard time saying no to stuff like
I would like to
It's,
do that work.
that.
It's work I
right
enjoy.
now, it couldn't be any easier right now to find work, to be honest with you. Quality aside, if you're just willing to show the fuck up right now, you got the job. You got the
Right.
job, plain and simple. I mean, it's sad. It's
Why?
tough,
Because you think people are scared, or because everyone got lazy?
everybody got lazy. We see it was one of those things that before
That's sad.
this mess, it was already here. It was already here, and I was secretly sitting back thinking to myself, "Is fucking cannabis killing the workforce?" But I didn't want to believe that. You know what I mean? Because I was already seeing that across the board. Man, I
TikTok,
can't get nobody to work.
social
Physical work.
media,
I can't
TikTok
get
is
nobody to
killing the
show up and
workforce.
shit like that. Then this mess hit, and it got 100 times worse because people were being paid to stay home. Now nobody wants to work just because. I think it's a combination of the two. To be honest with you,
So
but
between the Twitch, the TikTok, the OnlyFans, kids right now when they're 18, they're like, I'm gonna fucking make money on social media. And then you got the other half that maybe they do want to go to school, but then they think it should be set up to where school is completely free, right? To go to. And then there's I don't know what the percentage is out of that. There's two big chunks out of it. And then there's a tiny little amount that's like, nah, I'm gonna go to a trade school and learn how to work and do fucking technical things the rest of my life.
I think it's more of a little bit of a combination of what you said. Some of it is, a lot of the new phase. I'm gonna strike you rich and fucking make money off of fucking social media bullshit. I think a lot of it is just a lot of the workforce, excuse me, has become more techie across the board to where physical labor has just became fuck that kind of
Well,
thing.
they got now the
Fuck
whole
that. I'd
thing they
rather
got.
sit and program or just do whatever, a desktop job has become more and more plentiful. And I think, cannabis has probably played some part in that as well. But I think both of the two things in general are going to drive the wage up for people who do a physical job, physical labor, skilled trades like that. I think that's gonna that dollar amount right there will take a huge hike here in the next year or so as more and more people don't want to do shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
Well,
demand to
that's I
actually
mean
show up and do physical labor is
that's why
going
I
to go through
think
the
you're
roof.
having a hard time saying no is because you're already seeing that taking effect and more opportunities are there to be had, right? Because it's like, who can I really get to do this? Not only is it hard to find someone to do, but now I need to find someone to let alone do it and then do a good job. It's not even like I can find any old schmuck to do it and then I get it done. It's like, so the market is depleted to where now I can't even find someone to do it. And can someone do it good at the same time? So you're already seeing that, I think, in place. Right now, I would say we're at the peak of it. Like I said, I don't know what the ambitions of someone being 18 years old, but with the last year and a half, how things have been, I would say that they're way more motivated to do things digitally than physically.
Shit, I drove by the fucking local McDonald's here. They're up to $13 a fucking hour. I was like, how is that even possible? I couldn't even. And There's been a help wanted sign there forever. They can't
What's
even
minimum
get
wage?
anybody.
Below
7, 8
13.
bucks. I
Yeah, I
don't
was
know.
gonna say below $13.
Is it?
They
Fucking
can't
hell.
even get anybody to show up for that shit.
I always thought,
It's
that, is
crazy.
there a percentage increase? Does everyone get that? If you make $7, $8 and then the price goes up to $15, do people making $30 an hour get paid $60 now per hour? How's that gonna
I
work?
don't know about that. That's usually the way it's, budgeted. If you make X amount of dollars, they usually charge at least twice that going rate. That's usually how it works for construction. Say basically, I show up and I'm making, which I usually minimum 25 an hour. The guy paying me usually has to charge basically 75, pretty close to that to the customer an hour. Get the person there through, if you add an employer to the mix there, because they've got to match, everything as well. Take a chance. They want to make the money off you, and then they have to pay insurance on you as well. So there's a lot of overhead having somebody just show up on a business aspect.
Minimum wage in Britain is equivalent to $12.37.
It's doing pretty good over there.
It's crazy.
Right? I'm not bragging when I say I have never in my life, never in my working career, have made minimum wage. I've never seen what that looks like. I think my lucky stars on that.
I think we're going to see a lot of that in the next little while. Working conditions are not greating within companies at the moment. Everybody's taking the opportunity to rewrite contracts.
That's on the business end, brother. You know why that is? That's the business end. I said that was going to happen a long time ago when this shit started, when the people said they didn't want to fucking show up. It's the employer that's had 50 employees pre this mess and is now down to 25 running the same operation, and it's running fucking smooth and people are happy to be there, the ones that are there. And now the other 25 want to come back and they're like, fuck you. Well, we don't need you anymore. We got it down with 25. Amazing team.
Damn, dude.
You either come back and work for dirt or fucking go home. I think
gotta
that's
get
exactly how that would work out.
I got to get my dad on a wormhole. You guys could talk about it in a long time.
I tell you what, Eagle, the last 15 years I've been in finance. And so you view a lot of other businesses and how they operate, and including the businesses I've worked in every way, let me say, in every way, there was 50% or more staff whose job was to do nothing. And it broke my brain to see that we were employing people for virtually no reason, just to try and grow companies. And it's just the most bizarre thing when your ethic is like yours or mine, which is like, I don't know yours, but how much can I get done today before I go home? Like what can I achieve is really what I'm at. And that's, it's so difficult when you're managing a team and you have not enough work for so many people. And yeah, business is weird, really weird.
Oh,
And
that's just
capital. It's straight out capitalism.
Especially if you're somebody like me. Oh my Lord, I've had employees. Not like a team of employees. I've led teams working for other people. You know what I mean? But I've also had a small company of mine that 4 people besides myself have worked for me. And I tell you that when times do get tight and you know you've got them 4 people counting on you and their fucking families, man, and you're digging up shit and that sucks, bro. That fucking sucks, man. You start taking on, like you said, I've taken on shit at that point that I normally wouldn't have fucking done. You know what I mean? In business, jobs, fucking fire jobs, fucking roofing, shit I wouldn't normally fucking do just to make sure hours were met, checks were made. You know what I mean? And that sucks, man. That's one of the reasons why when I hit a kind of a lull back in 2008 there when the housing market just took a fucking shit and nobody was building anything. And it came down to a point where like, I love you guys and everything, but the work ain't here anymore. Fucking after that point, I did things for myself for a few more years, just myself. I got to the point now where I don't even like nowadays. I'm so used to doing everything myself. It throws me off fucking rhythm like crazy to introduce another person into the mix, man. It's just like, I get that at fucking Home Depot and shit or whatever, unloading shit up. Can I help you with that? No, it's just gonna spoil me for later. I gotta unload that shit. I might as well warm up right now. Thank you though. You know? So when I had the chance to just alleviate all that, come into Cannabis 100, I did, man. Well, I'm still kind of checking myself right now, kind of going, eh, your heart's in the right place, but what the fuck are you, what the fuck are you thinking, man?
You are getting some enjoyment out of it then, the creativity side.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've always been known for seriously quality work, man. Hell, like I said, I ran my company for 20 years. Never once. I printed T-shirts at one point, but never fucking advertised. No yellow pages. That number went from person to person to person to person. Hell, I went into I worked my way through whole sheriff's departments because I was trustworthy. You could depend on me to fucking leave me in your house doing whatever, and fucking you didn't have to worry about shit. And I did DA's office, same thing, person to person to person to person. I did 20 years like that, not changing my phone number. That's another thing, man. The number I have right now in my business line has been active since 1994. One of them customers at any point can call me and go, "You still do it? It's still you? Holy shit." Yeah, and we'll usually have some type of conversation. You still want it? Nah, I'm not doing this right now. There's been times in my life where I've said, nah, I kind of hung things up. That guy, when I bought the house up here, when he asked me about taking on work, he joked about me being my age and, oh, you're fucking must be nice to be, I'm almost 46 when I moved up here. 46 and semi-retired, huh? You know what I mean? But I wasn't saying anything about cannabis then. It was, yeah, I'm a carpenter. Yeah, you've been up here. It got to the point where I was taking work up here just to keep my cover. Yeah. You do this? Yeah. Fuck, I'm laying tile. Fuck. There was a time where I worked around here and did a bunch of shit. Just did some, not even, cannabis.
Oh yeah, he's a busy guy. Yeah, I've seen him around.
Yeah. Just to drive the work truck around and shit, put it in front of a couple of houses. Yeah, fuck yeah. And I don't know. I need to stick to cannabis, my true love. But I do, when I've laid out that dream, that fucking 80 by 40 garage,
I was about to say
it's the 40 by 40 grow, the gym, and then the wood shop. It's Dude, still in the equation.
I've been forgetting to bring that up for like over a week. That happened, I think, 420 the last time. Before 420 the last time you brought that up. I'm like, I'm gonna talk to Eagle about that the next wormhole. Because I got ambitions and similar thing. My mind said actually it's not 40 by 80. My mind said, and I really like the brown guy. 420 episode with the whole visualizing everything and the whole secret, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But in my mind, the one I'm visualizing, the goal towards, it happens to be 96 by 60. It just happens to be. I don't know. I could reverse engineer how I came to that, but similar thing. It's going to be divided in podcast / Instagram or YouTube studios, to a little hash / extract lab, to a little psychedelic dwelling peace zone, to the weed, growing zone. Yeah. 96
What you
by
boys
60.
don't know yet, and I'll just fast forward you into your life. You're gonna fit out your wood shop, gym, grow, and then you're gonna realize that what all growers realize, and that's my grow's not big enough. And then you're gonna move that into the wood shop as well, and then the gym, and then you'll have a 40.
That's what happened before I moved up here and downsized, brother. I had the dream of building a garage, but it had already happened down there. There was already tents in the wood shop. I talked the first grow was above the wood shop, and I actually have talked about building things and bringing customers in. At one point, when I talked about working my way up through the DEA's office, both from the state and federal level, I had one of these office fraud investigation, medical division, come to my house, into my shop, and fucking look at this. Well, hell, I think I've showed this before. This unit was built for her. The only thing I've ever drawn out.
Careful.
Because I hate to draw it out. Everything I've ever designed, built, or
dude.
whatever, either an architect drew it, or if it
God.
was one of my projects, it's always been up here.
You have no idea.
This was a fireplace unit I built for her, and this is we ended up. This was all round top bookshelves. The tile right here was already there. That was already here. The fireplace was there. This whole unit I built in 3 pieces and delivered fucking along. Let me get to the camera there. This piece stands out proudly set back in. And when I went with round top doors on here as well. But this thing was completely built in my garage and set up. And by the way, this piece right here, this mantle, pulls out, and all the electronics for the TV that would be here and the electronics for the bookcases all ran into there. So you could pull out the mantle, plug shit in, rewire shit if you need to, and then you could fucking push the mantle back in. And but she came to my house. This was her unit. And this was all supposed to be wood tone, stained. That's the way I roll. I put my heart soul into something. I want it painted. And she came to me, or she called me, and she says, yeah, I want the unit painted. And I'm like, yeah, well, go ahead and paint it. Basically, yeah, I ain't doing it. Well, yeah, please. Well, we went back and forth on it. And finally, she talked me into painting the unit. And I said, and again, because it was about a 2-hour drive, I'm not coming for paint. I'm not fucking coming for paint. You want this thing painted, you can bring it to me. And I thought that was a deter as well. Nah, I'll bring it. And that leads up to the story when I got mites. I'm not gonna go into that, but I ended up having to take everything fucking out of the shop, and a buddy had brought me some shit, and I stuffed it upstairs. I had to hide everything cannabis because who she was coming to my house. It scared me a little bit too, because the cannabis fell into the medical fraud division, and I don't know. I look pretty healthy, but I still have back pains. Whatever. Made me nervous. So I put everything cannabis above and ran them filters, super strong. Sit there the whole time, man. I was nervous as hell. She's in there looking at the unit. She drops off the fucking paint. And I'm like, there's actually like fucking 70 some plants right above her head. You know,
She's like,
full
"Ooh, this
scale
smells-
grow going on above her head in the fucking wood shop and shit.
This is strong smelling
yeah.
cedar."
Well, if she said if she ever smelled anything, she never said anything. But man, this cat the day before had dropped me off some material that he had harvested and never said why. Asked me if I could make some bubble hash just to kind of cheat through this. Fucking and it sat there in a fucking brown paper bag for a day or two, and it was quite pungent. And fucking, so I grabbed that and I took it upstairs and put it in the flower room right next to a can filter, and fucking shut the door. And that fucking bag had fucking mites in it. No shit, you not. He never said why he pulled it down, but fucking or wanted me to make hash out of it. But yeah, he pulled it down because he had spider mites and brought it to me to see if I could make some bubble out of it. But never really finished the story. Yeah, that was my first encounter right there with fucking mites. Whole spiel. True
What a
story.
fucking
Yeah,
clusterfuck, right?
yeah,
I mean, I
it
just
was.
remember being petrified of spider mites. Like, oh, put it down. Now I'm like, yeah.
It was terrifying back then too. That fucking first round. Oh god, it was like 4 or 5 days before I seen any real evidence, and it was on the fucking Agent Orange. They love that fucking Agent Orange. They got fucking all webby around one of some of the buds there, and I was like, first I'm like, oh, it was just stomach turning, man, to fucking see all them little motherfuckers just on a bud, little hundreds of them. Oh my god, it turns your stomach. Turns your stomach.
Get a Hoover out.
I took them fucking
Yeah.
plants out, burned them fuckers. That
Did
little
ya?
area, and I tried to treat the rest
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
area. Again, young, dumb, liquid ladybug spray. I'd never fucking go that route again. Live and learn.
I think the first time it happened to me, I sprayed soap, and I think it was a good, like insecticidal soap of some kind. It was a good medium learning thing to do. I don't think I'd do it. Well, I wouldn't do it now, but
I did IPM before I knew it was IPM. I didn't have anything, but I sprayed Einstein oil and Dutch Masters saturator and Einstein oil sprayed on my outdoor plants just to keep them safe. Einstein oil is neem oil.
with some of the work with the organic takeover and a lot to do with the redox and the soil moisture and then plant health, it really is nailed down for me to those things now. If you can keep in that zone and really concentrate on plant health, number one, and then everything else in balance, it's just so hard for the insects to thrive. And then if they're not thriving, they're real non-entities. It's like a couple of the lowers got.
I would get super lucky too with my outdoors. I would always find, and I don't like them sitting there because people are like, it's a beneficial insect, let it dwell or whatever. But spiders would be making homes in the leaves. And I'm like, I don't like spiders to begin with. And two, even if it is beneficial, I don't want them laying eggs. It's little spider eggs dangling from the fucking fan leaves. Get that shit out of here. And then I would always find, even though there was nothing to really pollinate or get nectar from because they're female plants, but bees would habitate the area where the plants were too. So I just got lucky that I had beneficial insects sitting there to protect the plants, without me placing them there.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to start my day, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Have a great evening. Nice one, Eagle. Wookie, Red Pill, chat. Big love.
Yep.
Awesome. Eagle, I think I'm going to take that opportunity as well. Time for me to start adulting for today as well. But definitely, it's been an amazing opportunity and awesome to hang with you guys again. And I'm looking forward to waking up early. It's getting winter time, so it's getting later and later and later. So yeah, hope to jump on the wormhole soon again with you guys.
I hope so, brother. I hope so. Nice. Thank you.
Glad to have you.
And to everybody in chat, have a fantastic day, guys. Go well. Ciao, ciao.
See you later. All right, Eagle. Thank you as well. Another fun night in the wormhole. Another good chat. It's a highlight. I really like hearing all the different wormhole directions that this conversation took, from the beginning to the career story you told. I like that.
Well, tonight will be, well, it's a good time to throw this out there since I've got like somebody to banter with right quick. The wormhole tonight, there will be a wormhole. Usually the organics takeover would be at its normal time, but it was kind of shifted earlier this week. And so even though it's early, I'm treating it just like it was at the same time. And so there will be nothing at 11:30, but there will be a wormhole at 2. So just throwing that out there for you and everybody else.
I'm great.
Wormhole tonight.
I'm almost 100. I'm more than 100% positive that the organic takeovers is going to lead to good conversations in the wormhole. So I'm already excited.
All right. Have a great day, brother.
Yep. Thank you, Eagle. Peace out. See you guys later.
Peace. All right, guys. Let me get my shout outs list right here. Holy cow, this thing is looking ratted. Look at that. Oh, it's only just falling apart. I really feel like I'm missing a page here. All right, well, I missed a page in the shout outs tonight. I'm sorry. Very ill prepared. All right, here and in some type of order. Oh shit, they're on the list, but I probably won't get them on there till later. We'll sort that down. Shit, I lost the card. I wrote them down on a card while I was why me and Wokie did our episode earlier. I wrote a few names down. Terrible about that. All right, right where we left off a few hours ago. I'm not muted. I'm not muted. Who's muted? Here we go. Awkward, just start in the middle of the song there. Come on to do this. There we go. Start from the beginning. Sub Cool, D's House of Dank, Mama Law 710, Scarecrow 420, Green Thumb Bum, Christina MG89, Unplugged 705, Medical McCullough, Rick T. The Rebel, the 92207, Fabian Selena, Saves Out Here, Type Spook, Greg Walker, Mendo Dope, T Dog, Dung Beetle, Red Eye Jedi, Grows, Mother Nature, Justin Conway, Duckweed, Runboy 7426, Justin Gritter, Strongman, Okie Grower 75, Corey Trevor, Michael Wall, Small Vision 420, Who's Your Cat Daddy? Taco, Don Slug, Rick S. In the Bushes, 827, James Siemens, Kevin Hahn, World's Last Old Patch Man, 5, Mentor Dirt Road Dude, Ken Shiva, Jose Rivera, Red Eye Rustler, Dab Goblin, Dr. Buzz Lightyear, Acetone, 710, Canuck, Candy Queen, Genetics, Savvy, See, Fumador, Dirtman Dan, Keith the Black Sales, Mr. Bosilis, Sim Premium Gardens, Rasta Jeff, Rasta Bob, Soil Root, Small Tubes, Tyler, Frosty Buds, North Michigan, Michael, Ouija Buds, Sub T Roy, Big Jar Grows, JC, Modern Genetics, SoCal, Weedner, John, Last PPG, 15, Vermilion County Grower, CJ Apple, Perfectly Imperfected, Dollar Tree Grown, T1 Productions, Zank Grower, DOA Grown Meds, the Miss Nudie Grows, I Grew Some, Johnny Canna Seed, Nutrient Shootout, Snotty Nicky, Zoan Slammer, NNY, Pixel Monkey, St. Bernard's Observation Booth, Clover 420, I Spot, Aldrich 25, Miss Madam T, Stu New, Mo Grower, Candy Crate, Loki Grows, Sus, this guy, Burton 79, Foolish Hammer, Midwest Outlaw 30 Will, Voodoo Altar, Espresso Nerds, Kelly Connection, Wolverine Grown, Jimmy One for like laid way back from D Block, MMP, Nations Creations, Amber Lonic, Psychedelic Warlock, Artist LD, Sir Sticky, Rob, Big Day 420, Brent Window, Big Ed 1961, Man of Wine, G Green, Click, G and K, Triple G, Mr. Sprinkler, Brittany and Tylee Teasley, Hope Farms, Lisa G, John again, BG Crazy for you, BGWG 420, Dr. Buzzwell, Purple Thumb OG, Arthur, Sons Amelia, Arthur, Just Space 420, Beach Coast Grower 420, Sir House, Trey Malone, Keep It Real, Egerton 420, Sub Zeppelin, Audit Everywhere, BT, Double D, Grows, Bingus, Green Puffin Man, Alex Boyka, Self Life, School of Crop, Cause I Love It, Green, Mountain Grower, Southwest Okie, Real 100, 212, Andy Man, Miranda Family Farms, Page Farms, Me All Flower, Ryan Henderson, Green 13, New Sailbot Wins, Kingdom Aquaponics, Indra, Michigan native, Mary Jane's Red Garden, Streamer 77 Double D, Bad Bunny Nutrients, Mr. Green Pots, Mr. Green Nugs, from 619 to 664, Spaniard, Kruger Jones of the Grove, Pop G Grows, Brad's Amy, Dro Grows, Cass, the Grow From Your Heart podcast, Lily Luna, Green Men Fly, Jeremiah Miranda, Sony Creek, Floss Art, Mr. No One, LG 420, Giant Mike, Prometheus, Soil, Jason Einstone, P. Wynn, David Colby, Mason 662. Scroggy McScroggerton, the fourth, the Goddess Grows, Kaylee, Chad, Brad, Family Farms, Polly P, Briorg, Kevin Jodry, Mike Honcho, Jay Huggins, UDA, Green Tree Hunter, Chris Cloud, Joshua Steamson, Oak, Organic Home Buds, Warren Nelson, Cam Wood, Made Mystic, Show Love Always, Kelly Stone, Texas OG, Chuck Norris, Sarge S, Claire, Fresno, Happy Guy, Diane the Indoor Girl, Dan the Indoor Man, Gromies Homies, Hamilton Grown, Clip Smoke, Can, Keystone, Canna Flag, PA, Big High, 710, Eugene Greenleaf, Ace Drew Hustle, Fred Darn Carlos, North Arizona, Big Girl 420, Don't Sell Out, Jesse White, Gastain Yeti, Introvert Genetics, Social J, Vixen Robin, Killer 8, Mo, Vixen Robin, twice. James Buttercreek, C-Dub from NorCal, the Pharmacy Seed Bag, Treadhead, 61, Smokey 616, Curtis Mahan, Matt Myron, Morte, Rick Heyman, Stephanie Dorr, Vibcarious K and Santa Seeds, Mike Rubles, the Drew Bear 420, Maxi 751, Lawrence Gonzalez, Slow to Get Up, Stu Moo, Popco 719, Baker Shake, Baby Old Smoke, PWC, Grown Buns, Laura Wash, Mr. Weedbun, Old School, Grower, Chad Westport, Ancho, Grown, Flora Nugs, My Little Piece of Heaven, Pungent Sound Seeds, Goliath, Grower, Richard T, Chrissy Wannabe, Food, Mr. Soul, Food Spectrum, Gone God, Lori Hanson, Real 2,000 Years of Tradition, Mr. D. Conley, Pimp Jan McBodyface, Show Me Sasquatch, Fuck Google Andrew, I'm Going Well, Canadian Resort, Porter, Farmer, Paul Wright, Stepner, Humble Farms, Tannery Farm, Seldom Seen, Oak Park Gardens, Hale 9782, Skunky Pass, National Artist 2012, Michael Slate, Hefner, Danny McDizzle, Medically Fit, KGB, Robert Mr. Green Fingers, Motherfucking Thomas, Monkey Balls, Andrew Chamberlain, Bobby Lynn Meads, Trent Digger, Mr. Mac, Tony Lloyd Colon, and Miss Bill S. Weed Piece, Tater Delicious, Minty, Country Roots, Huron Fire Genetics, Earth Creeper, Big Ray 420, Teeny 101, Buzz and Hazard, Mr. Club 14, Peter P. Man, Fire 616, Snarl Up North, Max Groom, and Ruby, Timothy McKimmons, Neo, Justin Beans, The Chronic 88, Fat Belly Real, Jennifer Steele. There we go. Kinema 03, Turp Farmer, Shannon Stevens, Carlitos, Latinos, Gander Country, Mr. Speed, Wolfstein, Firesall, Wally Wheat, The Goddess Grows, Roster Bob, White Feather Grows, Vernon Shrooms, Tone Grows, Dank, K-Man Grows, BX Gunner 81, Smith Dude, New Grows, Sean McCann, Jay Munch, Dank Agenda, Walla Walla, Canna Grove, Fall Dog, Huron, Canna, Wisconsin, Alyssa, Paris, Rock Friend, Justin Smith, 420, Ben Fresco, Thriving Herbs, High Boy, Your Mailman Grows, Weed, Me Growing, Australian Grows, growing. Love for the plant, Argo American. Smart Poker, Unfrozen Caveman, Hawaii's Highest Surfcraft, Micro Goon, Jeff Lowenfels, Dane Brownie, Sandy, Elliot Harkins, Mystic Flavor, The Forging Gardener, Overwater, Overkill, Seattle Steve, Shadow Warrior, Valley Green, 514, Amelia Jensen, Oz Indica, Dr. MJ Coco, Brandon Russ, Matthew Gates, D's Bags, Drone Star, Shotgun Willie, Dank Yoda, Jay Simmons, Sherbrode, Groves, Collectament Scoop, DJ Conley, ATG, Late 1978, Air Michigan Grown Buds, Your Boy, Roy Boy, Delta 9, Jay McDaniels, Collectament 420, Sinky Coles, Dylan Steinford, Heat FC Farms, Husky Guard, Sun Grown 707, J8 Gross, Cascadian Gross, T-Toads McGee, 4 Plants A, Weedworks, Captain Scroggs, Skunky Buds, House Warrior, Jackie Young, Terry Lee, Live, Gas Tempe, Annie N, The Urge, Green Jr., Leon from All Purpose Plugs, 11, Smiles 11, Bindu Buds, Micro Ross of Plenty, 311 mix up, Kinder Growth, Evergreen, G's Friends, Tree, MMJ, Matt S, Save Ball, Dragonfly B, Justin Mez, Travis Walls, Lucky Mike, Seattle Chronic Seeds, Mike King Chronic, Titan from West Coast Seeds, Shango Gas, Mabasso for Life, John Smith, Tommy Trickle, Smoke King, Raz, Pop Little, Soul Roll, Spiky Pilot, Oscar Green Jr., Matt Silbert, Into 11, Stephanie B, Shark Bully 989, Bob Brown's Having Cards, Stoner Nation 420, Joe Y Bugs 1313, Grower, Painted Lady, Frank Booth, Jay Myers, Jamid, to chat, Mr. Manny D, Bagseed, Dr. DGC, Jeff Shredder 911, Dutch Growth 420, Scallywag 420, Skillbo 1, Med Grower 1, Empire Brady Co. for Broly, Lost Leaf, Liam Mass, Danny Danko, B Bear 7, Ollie Noble, CK, Tom Trinidad, Looney Jester, Smoking with Small Town, Tim S, Mr. Lazy, Raptor Grows, Rob, Automation is Freedom, Robert Hazelton, Dora Mystery 4, Double Tap Farms, Fritz Green Thumb 420, Fritz Green Thumb 420, 808 Rooting Prospects, Cannon Bus Driver, Kenny 710, Operation Grow, T-Ben, Rude Nut 619, Hammered Emails, Dr. Scrambles, BB Moonrush, EH, Double J, Bio Green, Stealth Grower 56, Hanky Stanky 420, OGKP, Ganja Nana, Your Mama, Georgia, Joe, Roy Rodriguez, B Growing, Nature's Best Nugs, Killer B Grows, Ganja Wizard, Husky Gardens, Nut Tree 420, Dr. Salute Soil Life, Bully 4 Life, The Jeffro 420, B the 698, Dr. Franklin Booty, Goddamn Man, Big Ted's Test, The Riffin' Fat Boy, Jack Greenstock, 420, 420, Boom Farms, Charlie Farms, 420, Aldridge, 25, Smiley's Cards, JD, Miss T Nugs, Smoking Bro Frazier, Grokoski, Twisted Roots, Faded Farm, 420, Jeff Skorowski, Genetic Memory Farms, Evolve, 420, Cameron, Mr. Bagseed, Jill Carter, Mystic, Marks, Mystic Rower, Ginger Snap, CTE, Grows A, Rick Wolf, DLP 2372, Night Denver, Mike Denver, Sergeant Pep 420, Candy Trooper, Blind Cat 420, Light Up Again, Tim, UKSIF 420, Buddha Boy, Devin Shipwrecks, Medical MJ, Buddha Boy, or I'm sorry, Medical MJ, Budsville USA, Resurrection Prophet, Chris Martinez, Dankman 420, Red Set of Farms, Dankman Dan, Joni Bells, Good Life, Cheech B, Most Hated Grower, the Major General 420 Army, the American One, W Digger 714, Shirates, Kinios, and the next Mountain Skies, Ready to Hit That Fire, Chris Mertz, Ian Save Robbie, Sergeant Live, Hepafade, Cam, Finger Lakes Finest, Ridge Patch, Doge Moon, Southern BT, Choose Medical, Jerry Bear, Plus One, Mushroom, Secret City, Pioneers, My Little 10, 24-2, Spacewalker, Christian, Tree Mum, T. Barrington, Heart and Soul, Homegrown, Mike B, T. Dwayne, East Coast Will, Heidi Day, Galactic Gardens, Don Smith, Liptis, My Natural Farm, Pacific Northwest Seeds, Ross Kaipaw, Lemon Holco, Trent, Rita's Juicy Life, Richard 420, Grant Manuel, Mary Bond, Sammy Sizzle 81, 9 Inch Colas, Chris Moan, DK Trades, Vincent Guru, The Kind, Cannon Nation, J Wire, Bob Bobby, Sean Bids, Rescue Ready, So Roadside LLC, Notorious Snug, Mammoth Seed, Further and Sun Trimming Tutorials, Dub T Dank, Jose Ramirez Perez, Doggo the Hut, 420 Buck, Chiba Man, GR 420 Community Videos, Detroit River Rat, Louis Garcia, Michael P, AJ Everyday, Captain Bada, Chatham Bob 13, Main Grower, Cookies, Coop, Jake Hendricks, In for the Grill, Backwoods, all good. Sally Man Sells, Adams, Skankin, Chanel, Simpsons, One Smoke Away, Ganja Roads, Kazoo, Aaron Burns Shrooms, Mr. Lincoln, Sinkin, Angel Studios, MG. The 420 Grow Tent, Paul D. Elliott, John Flame, Jankovic, Fibro Flower, Polly Pete, Seldom Seen, Elevated, Lenny Organic, Sunman, Chiba Sunny, Jeff Pollock, Ricardo Sola, Dan J, Earth Friendly Farming, Candy Forest Farmer, Fuck All That Be, Misfit Grower, Jason Line 512, Snake Eyes, Northern 4466, Jason Greystone, Take Your Sony Baker MD. I'm glad you stepped out of that coma, brother. I can't wait to see you in chat again. Sony Creek, Ross Sonics, French Dweller, Tarzan, Superman, Old Man Hermit S, Freebird, Mo Grower, Betty Galler, Simple Man, Survival Time, Tim Blake, Golf Coast Chronic, Sink Fat, Caballero Plateau. Hopefully I got that right. Harley Grown, Jen God, Jason Line 512, Steve Collins, Head Todd Kendricks, Property Maintenance, Sharpie, The Island, Hayes, Scuba Steve Speaks, JR Ram, Randy K, TCDR, Claire Killian, Wardrobe, Farming, Randy Grande, Pip 1000, Ace Boo 20, 3223, Wake Up, Captain Freedom, Puffer Smiles, 15 Digit, Michigan Ganja Mooch, Hash, Fred G, Super Bob, Broski 808, Weekend at Birdie's, K-Bag, Justin Station, Strong Style, Organic, Zippy, iMedic, 31, Honesty, K-Hell, Me All Flower, Brent Boog, Todd Hendricks, again, Kendricks, Newton, KNT, Chris D, True Serum, Both Times, Folk, Natty Dread, Barbara Matthews, Ancient Soul, Roan, Kevin Jiu-Jitsu, Canna Health and Happiness, Berserk 215, Collab, Low Cut, Avenue, Trembly, Manic Meds, Raz Banshee, Helen, you, James T, Atomic Smooth, Miss Jill, Big Daddy, LT Gardens, Big High, Flyer 420, Boxer Brush, Bro, Mother Tree, Maine, Red Pill, Your Boy Roy Boy, Ecstatic, Shannon Gibson, Wuhan, Rick W, Comfortably Numb, One Smoke Away, the 840 Growth Show, Cannabis Pursuit, K Rolling, Cree Rolling, Worthy Buzz, Logan Man 81, Oil and Flower Podcast, The Entourage Effect, Warren Dixon, The Pink Lady Luck, El Mando 420, surrounded by Keith, Ferrari Family Farms, Ferrari Farms, no family there, Orange Dweller, Single Fathers, Happiness Without Kill, Richard Forbes, Dan, David Pimenta, B4P Nicotine, John Reese, What About Bob, Prince Patty, Daniel Bergman, Green Puffin Man, James Chung, Sarge Gross 818, John Wayne, Color, Carolina Rude, Sister Golden Hair, Deanna, El Dancarino, K and F Garden, Blank 1030, choose one, only feet, favorite farmer, James, Crypto Dome, Richard Lamb, HIP Grower, Matt Javine, Dan Marino, Chronic Wonder, Sunrise Grow, Top Floor Genetics, Mole Vision 420, Can2 Cannabis, Jess Fisher, my dog Nelia, Rooster, Alex Hardy, Hardy Gear, one and the same, Betty Cropper, Daniel Gross Photos, Mitten Grown Meds, Sunrise Grows, Lexi, and my girls. No Limit 916, Scrubby Tone, Alchemist, and Canna Mix, Soil Born Addiction, Ross, Joe, Alex D, Dirty Ore, Catfish, High Power, Thunder Dan, Propagation Station, John McDaniels, Lisa Marie, Sarge Gross 818, for the fuck of it, Dead Blaze, Daily, Fried Piper, Perpetual, Eagle Proud Warrior, Sarah Smiles for you. Kino, The Date Duchess, Break Usada, Captain 420, Stink Fat, What About Bob Iljuster, 420, Pop Shrooms, John Gorski, John Doe, Dugan, Gangsta, THC4, PTSD, T Barrington, Honcho, Grown, Swamp Can, B, Best L, Because, Mr. Manny D, Cannon Fire, 420, AB Normal, Franklin, Guerrero, Bare Feet, skip ad, motherfucker, skip ad. Bare Feet, J Brent 714, CK Brown Guy 420, Pachyderm 420, Burning Tree Main EA, Gray Sun Grown 207, Hydro Daily, Hemp with Gigi, Jamie Ream, Supreme Grape, Sony Rockefeller, Canvas, Caveman. Pause it. Pause it. Brew City Synthetics, Hawaii Sustainable, Midnight Roots, Dead Cynics, Knuckles, Mike P, Polly B, Quick B, Nimble, Bud Kilowatts, Michael D, Full 889, Disbanded Brothers, Macillian, Matt Joseph, Grace, Machine RX, Keeping Cheap, Hydro Daily, Concerned American Cannabis 411, Freedom of Speech, Mr. Dr. Joints Worth, These Trees, Ganja Sudoku. 710 is Oil Upside Down, Jesse Stevenson, Victoria, you know who you are. What about Bob? Sacred Garden, and as soon as I can find this damn card, where'd my card go? Shit, I'm sorry. There's a bunch of people on the back of this card, I bet. Right here. Who we got? Slick Rick 8, Dog Pounds, Dave in St. Louis, and not last but not least, Mr. Wheatus 207. Cheers, Gus Grove. How you doing this morning, my brother? Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, watching, making another episode happen. Thank you very much, Wally Wookie. Mr. Wookie, thank you so much. Congrats, you guys. Everybody else. Who else we have here? We have Red Pill. We have Johnny. We have Wookie in the house. We have Cheddar Bob 13 tonight in the chat. Thank you guys. Thank you guys very much for hanging out. Join me tonight. Well, everybody. Join Smiley, 7:30 with Brandon Rust. Do not forget the Organics Takeover tonight, 7:30. Do not miss Smiley and Brandon dropping that knowledge. And of course, the Wormhole tonight at 2 o'clock. And then tomorrow, my guest, Dark Horse Genetics, will be here tomorrow with me at 11:30. So, get some rest, fill that tray, get ready for a great night. I'm looking forward to everything. The Organics Takeover, the Wormhole, of course, you guys. I'll see you tonight. Have a great day. You guys know the routine. If this is the end of your journey for today, please get some rest. This is the beginning of your day, your journey. Please have a prosperous day. One heck of a day, if you ask me. Please have an amazing day. Someday, holy shit, I need to shave. Huh. Have a great day. I love you guys. I'll see you tonight. Please do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives.